They said he was dangerous. Is the guy dangerous?
Totally.
Is the guy dangerous?
Yeah.
Do you have a left hook that put a guy in the hospital? The guy they said he forgot 2 weeks of his life.
By Norman. Oh, out cold! Out cold! A gigantic left hand by Brian Norman. Oh, that's Jr.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Good. Yeah.
Touch.
Yeah.
Did ya?
Yes, sir.
Ask him, is he okay? Now I can see y'all very clear.
I heard people talking all that trash, talking about we gonna be riding in car with Devin. I'll be damned. I'll be damned if we gonna ride in car with him on the side. You already know how we come. You know I'm gonna talk my shit, be knowing.
You just got here. Well, what took you so long? Huh? I thought you had got cold feet. I've been looking for you. Well, one thing about Oakland niggas, slow. We the first on the block for the cheese, and we're the last motherfuckers to leave. No.
B3 Pick CV, man, we back again. Don't mind me, man. Listen, my finger slipped. I gotta resend the link out. No shave November. Don't judge your brother. You know what I'm saying? We working. Hold on, let me get this other page to fall off. All right, lock. Hey, hold on, let me send this link back out to the chat. Hold on. We about to get it popping. Okay, Juan back in. Okay, bet. Hold on, let me tell everybody to pull back up. My bad. Let me see. Ja, pull back up. Hold on, pull up. Hold on. What's good, Juan? How you feeling today, bro?
Different day, different dollar, bro. Wow, bro. What's good with you?
Man, listen, I'm inside today, having some car troubles, but listen, we still gonna give God the glory. I
Nah,
just gotta
facts.
I mean, still gonna show up for the people. You already know.
Yeah, not facts, bro. We do
Let
this.
me
We do this for y'all. We're doing this for y'all. You know what I mean?
1000%, man. Giving them this good content. So, hey, we was on Chris Eubank versus let me restart. My bad. Let me get back on order. Let me
Hi,
switch things
Angie.
up.
How you doing? Beautiful.
Yeah, we on. So, breaking
Okay.
news, Juan. Let's start this off the right way. Let me get back on
Yo,
order.
you can't. Hold on, hold
Good. Hey, listen, y'all. January 31st, 2026, Teofimo Lopez versus uh well, I think did I explain what happened? Oh, ain't nothing. Here come Marky. Nothing really happened. My finger, I was just doing too much switching phones over on the live, and I seen Juan, I was about to pull Juan up, and for whatever reason, I think my finger just my thumb hit the end button and just closed the whole live off.
I'm here to talk my
So,
shit. Talk my shit real quick.
I was about, hey, listen, Mark, I was about to put in the chat, Juan made my finger slip, but I know you was gonna have a field day with that one, so
Hey, yo. Hey,
I ain't gonna
yo.
say that.
He said I got it
I
moist.
ain't gotta say nothing. You heard what Juan said. Shit.
I didn't even, I
That's a
wasn't even in the
wild
chat. I
statement
was
by
gonna see
itself.
that.
I don't gotta say nothing.
Hey, yo, listen.
I was gonna say nothing around Mark. Mark, Mark is a pause police now, man.
Him
Shout
God.
and
out
the
to Good
video too
Mark.
much.
T Hill back in the building. Yeah, we got to get everything back in order, and then we'll work. We back, T Hill. Pull up, Ja. Hold on, I think I sent Ja the link again. Yeah, that was crazy.
That nigga pulled the plug on me, dog. I never knew it was like that, bro. I thought we was better than that. dog.
That was
I apologize and
crazy.
everything. This nigga just cut the link on me, dog. Damn.
That's what's gonna happen to
F
Mark
that fight, bro. That fight not a good fight, dog. We ain't talking about that fight no more.
Man, Angie,
That
baby, don't let me
right.
have to get the immigration police for you. How about that, baby? How you like that?
Hold on, man. Them ice people, they a little tough, man. You seen how they did that
Hey,
young girl?
P3, I'm gonna be real with you, dog. Pretty soon, Angie gonna be coming to VA, dog. She said she ain't never had Waffle House, bro. You gotta let her experience what the Waffle House is all about. She don't know what she missing.
A bunch of chicken and fucking waffles? Well, I mean, what is that, Tommy Hill? What's there to
Whoa,
miss?
hold on. Let me get Mark in order, man. Y'all know this is BSPN, but we gotta support blacks,
They
so
got
I gotta play
plantains,
the proper
dog. They
music.
got. Hey, with the theme is.
I
It kills
forgot.
me
I
every
be
time.
playing that one. I be forgot I got my new one. But Mark don't abide by it.
Now don't be a Negro, be my nigga. All right, help me out.
Yeah, man, help me out, Mark. Come on, bro.
I
Um,
am helping.
You know
T
how
Hill, you
Mark
don't
can
want to
get.
talk about it?
No,
Hold
no,
on.
no, no. Honestly, man, the fight was a great fight. I think this time around it can be different, though. I mean, given the fact that he can be acclimated to the weight better this time, he can actually. I don't know though. Looking at the training video, it looked like he was still a little bit off balance and pushing through. I don't know if that was at the very end of the training or if it was him bearing that weight cut. He's a much bigger fighter than a much bigger person than Conor Ben. I
Yeah,
think that Conor Ben only knows destruction. He's not really, so to speak, savvy in the ring. And
Mm.
if he is like he was last time, he does land a punch, it could get him to the point where he's caught. Because there were many times where he was just spent and he got caught with a punch, and it had him in a loop for a little bit, and Ben just didn't put punches together well enough to take advantage of it. So I mean, it could be troublesome for Eubank, but if Eubank is acclimated, it'll be a lot worse for Ben this time around. But if not, Ben might be able to do a better job of capitalizing on him being totally drained to be down there and fighting him. But it's going to be a great fight because of the disdain that they have for one another and that they're fighting for their family name. And it is truly a fight that will highlight and capitalize off of colorism. Trust and believe.
yeah.
Because over there, that's live and well. That's all I will say on that.
And salute to the family, Bruce Gas, pulling up, always showing up. Appreciate you, Bruce. Make sure y'all lock in with Bruce Gas. And let me say this real quick because this is bad podcasting, Bruce. We had one live going. I accidentally ended it, so I had to kind of regroup. And T Hill was mentioning this, but this live is really about T.O. versus Shakur. MSG, January 31st, 2026. I mean, now T Hill, it's been a lot of talk today. I gotta ask you this. Is this going to be a great fight aesthetically, a great fight for the fans? But a lot of people are saying that they don't think these styles are going to clash as well. They believe this might be a boring fight. What's your thoughts?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. It has the potential to be a great fight. It definitely does because you got somebody who is usually being the matador, possibly gonna have to be the bull in this fight, and he's not very good at being the bull. He's reckless, and the other person who is a matador in every fight. Last fight, he was trying to be a bull, and he said that he wasn't gonna do that no more because there's a couple of times he got hit and he didn't like the way he got hit. So that right there means that it can get muddy up in there. But it also could turn into a dog fight. And if it's a dog fight, your boy Tio got slightly a chance. But if not, man, and he's in chase mode, but Shakur is just moving around, dancing on him and popping him as he goes, it's gonna look a little bit like the Ortiz fight, in a fight which I felt Ortiz won. You know,
Let me say this real quick. Salute to Coach Tommy pulling up. Tampa Tommy in the building.
hey, Tampa Tommy in the building. Shout out to the brethren.
Shout it out, people, man. Shout it out, man. I ain't been here for a while.
You know the fight good if it's bringing Tommy to the channel, dog. Shit, let's talk about it.
Shout out to Coach Tommy. Shout out to Coach Tommy.
Shout it out, bro. How y'all doing?
What's going
Man,
on? What's going on?
we doing well, Coach. Hey, kick it off, Coach. What's your thoughts on the Teofimo versus Shakur matchup?
I think this is interesting, but I don't know if Tio could live up to his potential. What I mean by that is, we often see Tio relying on his athleticism, jerkiness, jumping in and out. You know, then his error in that, like he'll showboat, and a half a second he showboats, he might get caught or can't continue firing. But we've also seen him on other occasions show that he could really box. But I don't know if he's been doing enough of that. I don't know if he's too far away from that to really give him a chance. And I think Shakur gonna outbox him clearly. I think Tio might keep it fairly tight. He might have a few decent rounds, but I see Shakur just running away from him and pulling out a clear decision.
Me too. That's exactly how I see it.
Yeah. And let me ask you this, Coach. Do you feel like it's going to be fan friendly, or do you feel like it's going to be spots where it's kind of a boring matchup based on the styles?
If Shakur's on top of his game, it's gonna be boring. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be boring. I don't think it's gonna be that competitive. Now we have seen Shakur get a little more aggressive when we've seen him walk dudes down. I don't know how much he wants to do that and play into Tio's hand. We've seen with Tio that he's a counter puncher, but if he's fighting someone that's not aggressive and he's forced to box, he can do that, but he might not always look as impressive. Case in point, Jermaine Ortiz, I thought he won the fight. I mean, I didn't see the controversy, but he had a hard time. You know what I'm saying? And then when you talk about someone who could box as good as Shakur, and Tio having to box, which he can, but he don't do it. I don't see it. I see Shakur just outboxing him.
Hey, I'm with you on that, Coach. Hey, Coach Eddie pulling up. How you feeling today, Coach Eddie? You on mute, Coach?
Goddamn dope.
We'll bring Coach. You know, Coach Eddie coming in. He probably got a phone call or something. He'll be back. While I got you, Coach, I really want to talk about. You know, it's quite a few fights that I got you, Coach Tommy. I want to talk to you about really. Let me pivot. Let me move around. Y'all jump in when y'all can. But let me work with Coach Tommy real quick.
Do you think?
The big fight, man. Haney Norman. Listen, I think it's gonna be a fan friendly fight. Coach Tommy, what are you expecting out of this fight? And you know, who do you see being victorious?
I'm giving Haney like a 55-45 advantage, maybe a 60-40. Mainly number one, like we already know Norman is a strong dude. We already know he's got good skills, but one area where Haney leaves him in the dust is footwork. And we know boxing is all about positioning, right? You got to be in position to hit or not be hit, or a combination of both. Yeah. I don't see Norman having that kind of footwork. He's the kind of dude that he'll take it to you. He'll take some risk. He'll be fairly responsible defensively, but Devin is not going to be there for him to do that. He's not going to stay there. And well, two things Devin showed us in his last fight, right? People was kind of down on what's the Mexican duty for it? I don't know why I can't think of it.
Jose Ramirez.
Mm-hmm. All right, people were down on it because he wasn't aggressive enough. And I agree with, a few things. However, he showed us two things. he still has superb conditioning. He never looked tired for a bit. He still got good footwork. Three things. And he can still punch very, very accurately. He places his punches well. And the better his footwork against Norman, this happens to pretty much everybody. The better his footwork, the more aggressive Norman gets. The more aggressive you get, the more you leave yourself open to Haney's pinpoint shots. And yeah, and I don't see Haney taking too many risks. You know what I'm saying? It might not be exciting, unless Norman can make it exciting, but I get the edge to Haney.
Yeah. Hey, that's lit. Now, let me keep it moving with you, Coach, real quick, and then we're gonna pivot back. I'm gonna open up the panel. Did you see the first fight between Conor Ben and Chris Eubank? And are you excited for the second fight? Neither one of these guys have been world champ. Well, I believe Chris Eubank Jr. was IBO champion, and possibly I think he was interim champion a couple times, interim world champion a couple times. Um, do you see either one of these guys potentially being able to be a world champion in the future?
Um, no,
Yeah.
I don't see Conor Ben making 147 again. He
Right.
might make 154. Everyone at the top of 54 is too good for him. At 160, he's not going to beat Adamas. He's not going to beat Janabek. No, I don't see him being a world champion anywhere. Chris Eubank, possibly he could possibly beat one of the lower level kind of dudes, semi B level dudes, for like some belt or something at 160. But aside from that, they matched up really good against each other the last fight. I think Ben surprised Eubank being as competitive as he was. It was a good fight. It was a very good fight. I don't think the second one is going to be as good unless Eubank has problems making weight. If he has problems making weight, I see it being a close fight. If not, I think he's going to beat him more clearly than they did the first time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I mean, a lot of people are banking on the fact that Eubank Jr. is going to struggle to make weight. I'm not of that mindset. We was thinking the same thing going into the first fight. He looked horrible. He struggled to make the weight, and he still had more in the tank than Connor. He still was able to win the championship rounds and win that fight. So, and he took a big shot early. I believe he almost either got dropped or um looked like he was about to get dropped in the earlier part of that fight, and he was able to survive that. Connor wasn't able to, press the gas and get him out of there. So. I'm 100% with you. And even Bomac, I like Bomac being in Chris Eubank Jr.'s corner because I feel like Bomac is going to push him, and he says he has enough in the tank to get the knockout too. So I trust Bomac.
Yeah, I trust Bomac all day.
So that's definitely something to look out for. And listen, salute that. Let me free. What's good, free? How you feeling? And salute to my brother BVO
I'm
pulling
good.
up. What's up, free?
What's going
Let
on?
me I kind of pretty much, and I'm gonna open the pen. I pretty much opened up everything to everybody. I want to go back to the topic of the show, right? Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. Now, what's your a lot of people been saying this morning, free, that they believe this is gonna be a boring style matchup. What's your outlook on the fight? Do you feel like it will be exciting for the fans?
No, I think it's gonna be boring. Um,
Mm,
I think both of those guys is not going to want to make a mistake to leave an opening for the next person. I think it's going to be a defensive fight. Um, these guys been in the ring with each other as far as sparring and things like that. Um, yeah, I think it's going to be relatively boring. It's going to come down to who scored more points, and it could be a situation where neither one of these guys land 100 punches. Um,
yeah.
yeah, I don't see this being an exciting fight. Um, To he lets his hand go
more than Shakur, but I think being though that Shakur is one of his contemporaries, I don't think he's going to want to let his hands go as much to get counter punched because Shakur is a counter puncher, and I think it's gonna be a boring fight. I don't think it's gonna be exciting. I don't mind the fight because these are two contemporaries, but I just think it's the style itself and the mentality of each one of these guys is gonna put up a boring fight for the fans.
Yeah, I think with the styles, that's a great point that you made, Free. With these both of these guys being tentative, not wanting to make a mistake, not wanting to get hit with a big shot. And I feel like when I was thinking about this fight, Free, I feel like it's going to be a clear like we're gonna know who's winning rounds. Landed punches are going to be very like obvious.
Hmm.
Um, so we really gonna know for sure. And I was thinking to myself, if Tio can put himself in position to actually land on Shakur, then maybe he can force Shakur into a fight, right?
I'm gonna tell you what this is gonna look like. This is gonna look like Shakur Stevenson versus Edwin De Los Santos. This is what it's gonna look like.
Mhm. Mm. Wow.
Neither one of those guys wanted to make a mistake and leave themselves open for the other one to land a big shot. It's going to be the same thing with this fight because they're so close in uh, uh, there's they they're so close far as their star status.
Yeah.
Both of these guys are pretty much their star power is relatively the same level, and so they don't want to get beat by the other guy. So it's going to come down, and I could see this fight actually ending in a draw because neither one of them did enough to win the fight.
Mm. Yeah, that would be the fans would be extremely pissed off if that
Yeah,
was that. Yeah, that would. Now let me check on Coach Eddie. Coach Eddie, you off your call?
Yeah, what's good, brother? I'm good.
What's happening, Coach? How you feeling today?
Man, I can't complain, my brother. How about yourself?
Listen, all glory to God. Let me
Yeah.
ask you. Let me bring you in on this topic for today. So, Shakur versus Tio, man. What you think? A boring fight, or you feel like they can be entertaining, or it's going to be entertaining?
I think it's gonna be an entertaining fight, man. And salute to all the brothers on the panel, man. I think so. One thing I know about Shakur, he'll get aggressive, but it's against lower opposition or people that he know that he got the win on, so to speak. Like you see how he did Jamel Herring. He went in there and basically beat the brakes off him. Oscar Valdez, he let his hands go. So Shakur will let his hands go when the danger is not there. So I see what y'all saying with the potential of being a boring fight. At the
Mhm.
same time, Teofimo seems to be a little bit more willing to let his hands go than Shakur. Even we seen the damage Teo still trying to let his hands go. So we seen Teo cut over both eyes, blood coming out, busted up, and still throwing hands. So I think that just the
Yeah.
competitive nature of this fight, that they're going to fight each other, man. I don't think that they're going to let it be a tactical match. I think somebody's going to force the action. Shakur is at his best when you're pursuing him. Shakur is more like a pocket fighter, but he has shown that he can go get you. But that's usually against guys that he's physically more than. He'll step to you.
Like
He'll
Yoshino.
press. Yeah, he'll press you out when he's physically more than you because Shakur's a big guy, man. He's a big one. He's a pretty good size 135. He's not a small guy by no means. He probably wound up finish his career at probably 140, even high as 147. He's got a good physique on him. Not small.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good fight, man. I think that those guys are competitive. There's a lot of talk back and forth, and I think with the entertainment value right now, I think these fighters now are more they understand the importance of being entertaining, not just winning, but having some type of entertainment value also. It's because a lot of these young guys are really showing that they're willing to get out there, and put it on the line and throw hands. So I think right now boxing is kind of shifting back to a point where guys are really, starting to throw hands now. And not
Right.
just trying to squeak out a nip and tuck type of fight where I'm just going to outpoint you. Some controversy going to be involved, having all these close rounds where you really don't know who won the round, or it's up to the interpreter who you think won the round. I think these guys are probably getting back to like, hey man, we got to throw hands at some point in time. Yeah, it's cool to be defensive. It's cool to sit back in the shoulder roll and try to counterpunch all day. But one thing the fans ain't going for, because they booing you quick, like that at the Apollo. You got there stinking the joint up, you getting booed, man. So they understanding the entertainment value. So I think it's gonna be a good fight if the fight happens. Because with Shakur, or not with Shakur, with Teo, man, you never know, man. This dude just be
Yeah.
capping so much. I believe it when I see the guy that the weigh in. You know what I'm saying? And the
Right.
night before the fight, you just don't know with
Now,
Teo, man.
let me ask you this, Coach: who's had the more impressive career thus far, Shakur or Tia?
Man, that's a good question, man. I was really high on T.O. when he first came out. I was like, this kid's athletic, man. I would say the more that's a good question. They battle. They really battle on the same plane, to be honest, man. I mean, in my opinion, I guess if you want to give T.O. a little edge because he's the first one to beat Lomo, and people like to harp on the Josh Taylor. When man, that was like before COVID, man. So I mean, how long we gonna ride on that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what have you done for me lately? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I think right now, I think Shakur is riding higher than T.O. right now, just based off the fact that he's been more active fighter. T.O.'s been very inactive, in my opinion. They've been doing a lot of capping, a lot of turning down big paydays, a lot of talking, and not enough action, man. So I think maybe Shakur maybe had a better career. It's like T.O. was hotter in the beginning, but now he's not as hot as he was. I think Shakur is a little bit more hotter right now than T.O.
Now, and I'm gonna move that to the panel as well, but I just feel like my whole thing is this, and yeah, T.O. does have the accolades being unified at 135 or two-time lineal. Let's just say that he's been lineal at 135 because he beat Loma, and 140 because he beat Josh Taylor, right? The problem is that we've also seen T.O. have bad performances where he was beaten on the night. We haven't seen that from Shakur. So, and then we also feel like it was a couple fights that T.O. probably maybe got a
Facts.
good decision. So, we haven't seen that out of Shakur. That's really kind of the separation for me in that sense. That's more so why I have Shakur a little higher on the pound for pound than T.O. Due to body of work and performances in those fights. Um, Let me bring in Coach Tom. Are you in the building?
Yes, sir.
What was your thoughts on that question? Who do you feel like has been more impressive thus far in their career, Shakur or Tio?
Yeah, in one way, I want to say Tio because I feel like Zapata is arguably as good or better than anybody Tio beat. Um, and
Yeah, great point.
and Shakur also, I think he just looks more impressive, right? He passes the eye test much better. On the other hand, though, Tio might have the overall better body of work due to the dudes he beat. Jermaine Ortiz, might not be a superstar, but he can box with anybody. I felt Tio won that, unlike a lot of people. What's my man name? Who dropped him twice from Spain. He could box his
And
ass off.
Martin.
There you go, Martin. But I felt like Tio won. I felt like he racked up enough rounds. He won that. Loma, yeah, he really beat Loma good. Like that was really clear. So I'm gonna have to get Josh Taylor, man. Josh Taylor was a shell of himself, man. I think he was fully weight drained. But however, I could be wrong, and he shellacked Josh Taylor. So I'm gonna have to give Tio the edge. I'm gonna give Tio the edge.
Yeah, I got you. Lot. All right, we got it 1-1. Now, let me bring in Ja. Ja, you in the building?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, cool. Who's been more impressive thus far in their career in your opinion?
I
Shakur
felt
or
like it's
Tio?
felt like obviously Tio been more impressive. We just don't want to just outright say that because like Shakur probably more likable. But like let's keep it 100 by Shakur and all of them, all of they standards that be Tio and all of them. Tio obviously got the more impressive career. Even with the losses, like that's even more impressive because he lost and he still
It's a little
came back.
music in the background.
Yeah, my bad. I'm riding it. But I'm just saying, Tio though, it's obvious to me. Even with the loss, he got more impressive career. Shakur
All
ain't do
right,
nothing yet.
all right, that's a lot. I got you. I got you. That's 2-1 Tio. Let me bring in Free. And then T Hill cap it off. Free. What's your thoughts? Or Free moving around too. Oh, Free right there. Free. What's your thoughts on it right now? Who you feel like has been more impressive in them thus far in their career?
Um, I think they are a mirror image of each other, and it's similar to what Coach Eddie said. I think earlier on in the career, T.O. was more impressive with the win that he got over Loma, and then he followed that win up a couple of fights later by getting Josh Taylor. But as of late, um, Shakur has been the more impressive fighter out of the two because the one question was they wanted to see how Shakur would do against somebody like Williams Zepeda who can put pressure on him and throw a bunch of punches. How would Shakur be able to do against somebody like that? So you look at the wins that Shakur has as of late. He started with Jamel Herring, then he got Oscar Valdez, and then he had the De Los Santos. Even though there wasn't that good of a fight, he still got the win over De Los Santos, and then he ended it up with Williams Zepeda. You look at Tio, he kind of went downhill. He started off with Loma, then he got the Cambos, lost that, came back and ended up getting Josh Taylor, won that, and started going down. He didn't take the next step up. So I would have to say they're on the opposite ends of the spectrum. They pretty much even. As of right now, I would say Shakur is probably the more impressive fighter as of right now. But if you look at overall as a career, they're about even. They're about even.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that 1,000%. T Hill, you still in the building?
I am in the building.
Yeah, I'm over here. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the house today, and like I'm thinking
For
about
sure.
that troll that had vacay pitch on. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, is it really like what's going on? But no, what I'm saying is, well, why I'm thinking about it, like why I'm bringing it up, why I'm thinking about it like this, is that certain things is just unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? Now, the only reason why I didn't immediately block vacay Smalls is because I thought it was a second page for vacay, right?
Oh yeah,
So
no
I was in
doubt.
a bad so I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? So I was just assuming because I have two pages. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
no
I have one
doubt.
page where I was watching shows and I got another page where I started my own channel.
Well, no, and also you can't discount the fact that you be on the move a lot too. So you ain't afforded the luxury of just having the time to sit there and observe somebody. You just think it
But
is because you.
100%, but let me say this. It's not only that is that Smalls wasn't trolling.
Nah, not at
It,
all.
it was I don't it threw me off. So but I want to apologize to Vacay Bay. I know that's kind of weird. I'm like, if that was somebody, because really with social media and putting your face out there, putting your content out there, really risking your life
Nah,
because you got a lot of people that you never know how they may carry it.
yeah, no, that's a
Uh,
fact.
and you got people that are literally like, on me, like personally, like I'm this, like Marky had took a picture of me, right, and put it on like in a Diddy, like next to Devin and Diddy at the party, like off of my YouTube. So like he like snap, I'm like, man, that was kind of weird, but he was just joking and trolling. But see, other people, they're gonna, and you never know what he could do to somebody else. But all I'm saying is that stuff is uncomfortable for normal people.
Nah,
Like
relax.
I don't, I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like ever do that. I wouldn't want anybody like don't take a picture of me and troll me. But that's what people are gonna do. So I'm kind of getting that. I'm kind of seeing how that could be like a problematic when you create content. So salute to the Queen Bay. And I should have been kind of quicker with that as just far as when she told me that I was a troll account, go ahead and ban them. So yeah. I went ahead and banned them anyway, but that was just kind of after the fact, you know what I mean? But yeah, so yeah, I mean, we can move on, Teal. But
Nah,
yeah, but like, I just wanted to
go.
say that real quick. Apologize to Vay, man. That was
No,
kind of
no,
crazy.
no, 100%, not 100%. I'll say this, man. I'm gonna answer the question, and also because I gave way to Coach Tommy because I ain't heard from that brother in a long time. But I was saying about the fight in particular. The fight can do one of two things. Now, I won't go as far as to say the De Los Santos because I don't think that that fight will happen. I think that there will be more punches because I believe that Tio can't go in there and look a foo-foo. But I think the Ortiz Tio fight is a possibility, or with their skill sets and hopefully a better temperament, we might get a Loma Gary Russell Jr. fight, which was fire. So it has the potential to produce fire. Some flame, some combustible components there that if they line up right, can spark a flame. And hopefully that's what we see, man. Because both of them are tremendous skill. I will say that what Tommy said about him possessing the skill set that is Tio is very true, but he does rely a lot more on his athletic prowess. And, you know, unfortunately, that won't bode well for him in that fight with Shakur, because Shakur is extremely quick and athletic himself. Quick-witted too. So Tio's going to have to definitely do things that he has not done before in the ring. But so will Shakur, because this will clearly be his best opponent to date. As far as career, I agree with a lot of what everybody said. I do see the career being on the level almost like Edge TO only because of what people hang up on other folks, more accomplishments. It has been trending favorable more so for Shakur than TO. TO is slowly falling into the looms of obscurity, and he has to go out there and put on a Picasso, so to speak, so that people can start talking about his name. You can't just no longer rely on promises of big fights. This will be a big fight. This will be a great fight for him to go out there and showcase that he is the dude that he say he is. He's that takeover. And he can take over control of the narrative that's going on with regards to him and his career right now. But given the fact of who they fight and what they've accomplished, T.O. has accomplished more. He has soured out a lot, whereas Shakur has done a lot more in this later half of his career. So it's slight edge T.O., but it's kind of even and it's trending Shakur's way. So this fight is a balance. And on the scale, we want to see which way it tips, man. Shout out to both these brothers, man. It's a good look for both of them if it goes through. And that's a big if it goes through.
Now, with all that being said, in the matchup, is it pay-per-view worthy? Is it a pay-per-view headliner? What dollar amount would you put on it? $60, $80? I mean, what's your thoughts around this matchup, man? These is two uh future Hall of Famers, in my opinion. Two guys, both lineal champions, both multiple division champions. Both have taken belts from champions. Uh, what's your thoughts on that? I'm gonna start with Free on this. Free, what's your? Oh no, Coach Eddie came. Was that Coach Eddie came off mute?
Nah, you go ahead, brother. I'm cool. You moderated.
Nah, you can talk. Go
No,
ahead.
no,
Nah,
no, no. You
cause
start
Free,
off,
yeah,
Coach
cause
Eddie.
Free moving around here. Free gonna be around. Go ahead and
Okay,
cook.
yeah, man. I'm just saying. I don't know, man. I think people got pay-per-view fatigue, man. You know what I'm saying? I know it's gonna be on the Zone Network, so I think what they're really trying to do, the best bang for your buck. And I think they run at $44 a month, which they basically guaranteeing you 12 pay-per-view events per year. So yeah,
Okay.
if you a boxing fan, if you do the math, 40 times 12, you roughly round about right at $500 for the month.
Right.
Pay-per-views averaging what, $70-$80 a pop. So you kind of gotta do the math. I guess it's decent. So they probably will plan on putting this fight on as a pay-per-view. To be honest, man, even though in my opinion, I don't think it is. It's very few fights in my opinion that are pay-per-view worthy to begin with because they oversaturated the market with pay-per-view fights. And also we gotta say entertainment value. Shakur is an acquired taste. He's great. He's a good fighter. He's the great Poupon of boxing, man. Some people love Grey Poupon and some people can't stand it, man. So he's an acquired taste, man. He's not neither one of these guys. I'm not just putting on Shakur, but neither one of these guys are must see TV. For one, they don't fight enough. You only must see TV based on activity. Mike Tyson was must see TV. Canelo at one point in time was must see TV. Now his star power was dwindling down. Errol Spence was must see TV. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, must see TV. Ali, the Ray Leonards, the Hearns, the Marvin Hagler. Well, Marvin Hagler didn't become must see TV till later in his career. So pay per view, nah, but unfortunately, I think it's going to be behind a paywall, and it is what it is. That's what I'm saying, man. We got to have some entertainment value, man, and some anticipation. Like the Devin Haney Norman fight, that's an anticipated fight, even though it's not the main event. It's a co-main, but that's the most anticipated fight on the card, man. Because of potential fireworks, but I think because the contrast of styles, and basically you got what Brian Norman is bringing to the table. It has to be some type of danger involved, some intrigue, not just a boxing match for the purist. For the guys who really enjoy the pugilism part of it, you got to have activity. Just like Tank Davis was must see TV. Because you knew how it was going to end most of the time, which was going to end in knockout. Some exciting, form of fashion, and it's going to be exciting for the fans. So you got to boost that entertainment value. Yes, winning is great, but you got to be entertaining at the same time.
Let me run this. Let me run the video, Coach, and then we gonna cook. I'm gonna let Free get in for sure, and we gonna chop it up with John. I believe Coach Tommy's still in the building. Salute to Coach Tommy. Let me run it.
They said he was dangerous. Is the guy dangerous?
Totally.
Is the guy dangerous?
Yeah.
Do you have a left hook that put a guy in the hospital? The guy they said he forgot 2 weeks of his life.
By Norman. Out cold! A gigantic left hand by Brian Norman. That's Jr.
Yes, sir. There you go. Good. Want that work? Yeah. Touch. Yes. Did ya? Yes, sir. Ask him, is he okay? Now I can see y'all very clear.
I heard people talking all that trash. Talking about we gonna be riding in car with Devin. I'll be damned. I'll be damned if we gonna ride in car with him on the side. You already know how we come.
You know, you just got here. Well, what took you so long? Huh? I thought you had got cold feet. I've been looking for you, Oakland niggas. Yeah, ain't nothing slow. We the first on the block with the cheese, and we're the last motherfuckers to leave. November 20.
Yeah. Hey, I'm so excited for this fight. Uh, Man, this gonna be one for the ages. I feel like. Now, that was a great question. I don't want to. I don't want to leave off. I want to stay on that same question, free about To and Shakur. What's the fight in your sense? How do you viewing it? Worthy wise, would you feel like it is a pay per view type fight, type main event? In contrast to Devin and Norman Jr. What's making this so appealing to the fans? And it seems like they can't even announce no January fights because everybody's anticipating November 22nd.
I don't know if it's a pay-per-view worthy fight. Um, Maybe the build-up can make it a pay-per-view worthy fight. Right now, we don't really have much of a build-up. We know that they're agreeing to fight, and they I think they made the announcement of the fight. But right now, there's no real build-up. So I don't. Right now, it's not a pay-per-view worthy fight. Now, if they can have a build-up, it might be pay-per-view worthy, or at least if they have a good card, it might be pay-per-view worthy. But as of right now, I would say no, it's not, because neither one of these guys got a big enough fan base where it's going to draw the attention to make it worth paying for. I think they got a decent fan base in their own right, but I don't think they have a big enough fan base where it makes it a pay per view worthy fight. Because the one thing that we say about these guys that does put on pay per view, for the most part, the ones that we say that it's pay per view worthy, they got a huge fan base. I don't think Tio has a huge fan base. I don't think Shakur has a huge fan base. I think they do have a fan base, but it's not a huge fan base. So a lot of times they put these fights on pay per view because the fighters are asking for a certain amount of money and the promoters are not willing to give them the amount that they're asking for. So they'll put it on pay per view and have the fans pay for it. But when it comes to Turkey putting on a fight, he's not really looking for any money in return, so to speak. He's not really looking for so much money in return. But I don't think this
Oh shit,
wants to
man.
be a pay per view. I think this is something that you want to put on for everybody to be able to see and grow these fighters' fan base. So I'm not going to. I mean, like I said, right now, no, it's not a pay per view worthy fight.
Mm. Now, hey, Coach Tommy, I know you interested in this matchup. What would you pay for this fight? You think this with a decent undercard, maybe uh, I mean, I don't even know New York fighters who could put on this undercard. Maybe they could get a Xander Zayas after a boss. Uh, nah, he gonna
Nah,
be a unified champion. They can't get Xander. Maybe Edgar too big of a star. What's your thoughts on this card, Coach?
yeah. Right now, I don't think it's a pay per view fight. Maybe a few years ago. I mean, I would probably pay for it if I was having a decent month, because I like seeing the technique versus technique. But I know most people don't. And if we got Virgil Ortiz versus Lubin not on pay per view, like two action fighters, then Shakur and Tio definitely not pay per view worthy. And then
Yeah,
also taking into account we got a struggling economy. We have entered a recession. We're at the beginning stages of a recession. People ain't gonna buy that.
man, that's real. That's why they're trying to get everybody locked in on $45 a month. Because if they lock that in, they can cover the events. They can do a lot of things. You see what
Side
I'm
note,
saying?
I'm sorry, B3. Side note, totally off the topic for those who care to keep in mind. civil rights icon Jesse Jackson has been rushed to the hospital. So that's some sad news. But I'm done with that.
It was prayers for Jesse Jackson on the Reverend. Yeah, but yeah, let me pivot. Who we got? Ja, what's your thoughts? Would you pay for Shakur Tio? And matter of fact, let me ask you this way: uh, is the excitement there for you to spend your hard earned money?
I pay for the pay per view, but I love boxing. I think it's a bad business move if they make this pay per view if they don't stack the undercard. And I don't think all these other fighters is too big of stars to be on the undercard. Uh, I could see this fight being on the undercard for real. Because they gotta
Mhm.
earn it first. They gotta entertain before like pay per view. Neither one of them been pay per view stars anyway. And it's not even like they making this pay per view star. They trying to water it down now. Like everybody not a pay per view star.
100%. Salute to my brother Smoke pulling up. Uh, what's going on, Smoke?
What's good, bro?
Hey man, hold on. Let me pivot back real quick. It's locked in. Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez. The topic of conversation for the morning. They saying that this is not going to be a fan friendly fight. They saying it's possibly going to be uh somewhat of a snooze fest. Is that what you see as well, or do you foresee, a fan friendly matchup?
Who said that?
Uh, Let me say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're gonna.
Yeah, I don't know who said it before I even give it.
So the first person that put it in the chat was Carrier,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Um, now, Free did not use the term snooze fest, but he said it's more so going to be not fan friendly. It's probably going to be a cat and mouse game because these guys are not going to want to make mistakes, so they're going to be tentative. So those are that's been the conversation, man. They believe that these two guys, they may not put on a fight for the people want to see. It may get into a boxing match. So we've been talking about pay-per-view worthiness of this matchup.
Um,
Uh, what's your thoughts on pay-per-view and what's your thoughts on the matchup?
Carrier, stop hating. D Free, stop telling your truth so soon. Wait until the day of the fight after the shit is sold. Is it a pay-per-view worthy fight? No, it's not.
Yeah.
Is it a headlining card? Yeah, but pay-per-view? No.
And so it's just unfortunate in the sport that these two guys, the accomplishments don't mean much because these are two of the most accomplished young fighters in the sport, but we ain't got $60 for them.
Man,
It's unfortunate, but this is a great matchup though.
we only pay pay-per-view for like back in the day, like if you had HBO, bro, you can fuck around and all the fights would be on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you seen like James Toney and Roy Jones. I don't know if that was pay-per-view. When Bernard Hopkins and Roy fought the first time, they were on the undercard.
Yeah.
I can't tell you who was headlining that card. So, every great matchup don't mean it's, what I'm saying? It's a mega fight. Like we got two guys that we ain't really sold on. And here's the third thing.
Salute, Big Dog Willie.
I believe it when the damn bell ring and they both in the ring. The way
Yeah.
Tito been moving. So when you got that, it's like, how many fights you done got hyped for, and then Tio go somewhere else? He don't even go the other way. He just goes somewhere else. So, yeah, he ain't had too many great performances. Shakur last performance was
Let me pivot real quick, Smoke.
I just don't see it.
And salute the big dog Willie putting this out there. Is this a career defining fight for the winner? Or just in general for the sport? Two lineal champs?
Statistically,
Yeah.
statistically, he
You
said.
said a
And
career defining fight?
yeah.
Uh no, I don't think so.
Maybe
Because
for Shakur,
there's
maybe for
still other
Shakur.
big name fighters that they can fight. Now this can this can get you started on being that star that you want to be if you T.O., if you Shakur. You go in there and you put on a good performance and you get an impressive win. This can be the start of you being that star that you crave to be. It could be, but I think there's still other big fights. Like you got to remember, Shakur is moving up. He's moving up to fight T.O. It's not like Shakur has been fighting at 140. Let's say Shakur goes up there and the weight doesn't pay out well for Shakur at that weight class. Do we say Shakur is not as good as he was at 140? I mean at 135, or do we say okay the weight had a problem? Shakur ain't really he's not really ready for that weight yet, or he's not in sync with that weight yet? Do we give Tio a lot of credit for beating Shakur, being though he's coming up in weight? Shakur's fighting for his belt. It's not like Tio's fighting for Shakur's belt. So how much credit do you really give Tio by fighting Shakur at 140 instead of fighting him at 135? So I mean that's why I say I don't think it's a career deciding moment. I think this can put you on a path to becoming that star that both these guys want to be because they are contemporaries of each other, but it's not a fight that people say, okay, yeah, this is going to make or break these fighters.
Right. And let me say this, and click the link, please click the link, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Cook with us. Two of the best talents in the sport, and knuckleheads are discredited in the fight. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna say this. I feel like either the winner, really has solidified himself. I ain't beating a two. If Shakur beats a two-time lineal champion and Teofimo decisively going up for his fourth division, I mean, he's really solidified himself. He's really in the driver's seat when it comes to boxing, position himself to really get any of the big names out there around in and around the weight class, and even moving up to 47 if he choose to. Now Tiafimo, if he was able to derail Shakur, he would have that would almost single-handedly erase the Cambosis laws. A lot of people would chalk that up to a bad night at the office, and Tio would 100% be a top three. I believe he would be perceived the top three, top four pound for pound fighter. So
You going
it's a
too
lot at
far.
stake in this
You going a
matchup.
little too far by saying top three, top four, pound for pound.
So hold on, real quick.
So
Tio's not on
They
anybody's
got
pound
it.
for pound.
I
I'm just saying Tio's not on your pound for
I
pound.
we did it yesterday. He's top 15 for sure.
top
Oh wait,
15.
15. Top
So
15.
if you got him top 15, where do you got Shakur at?
Right now, Shakur is like around 5 or 6.
So you would say by T.O. beating Shakur, he catapults from top 15 to top four?
Let's say 11 to 4. I would say 11 to 4. I feel like, and I was doing this yesterday, bro. I was talking about this yesterday. This is how I'm looking at it in the sense of the biggest win. Where does Shakur rank in the sport of boxing as the biggest win? Now, I was doing this yesterday. I think Terrence Crawford is number one. I feel like if anybody would be able to knock off Terrence Crawford, that'd be the biggest win. Usyk is second in my opinion. I did put Inouye as third based on what he's doing at the smaller weight classes, but right now my fourth will be Shakur, undefeated fighter, arguably I mean, we rarely see him lose rounds. I don't think he's had a fight where that was even in the balance. So if Tio was able to, have off, kind of suspect performances, a lot of close fights, and then be able to beat, a pound for pound fighter like Shakur, I mean, I gotta put respect on that win. Now, if somebody else has a better win or is doing something greater than that, then we can look at them. But that's a very significant win for the sport, and that would be a huge.
I guess I don't look at it like that because I don't have Shakur that high up. For one, I don't have Tio on my pound for pound at all. Um, so I can't say top four. I'm not putting Tio over Jawan Boots. No way. No way am I putting Tito over Javon Boots.
Why not?
I don't care.
Answer
I
the
don't care
question.
if he
Why
goes
not?
out there
Hold
and he
on, hold
beats
on,
Shakur. I can't
hold
put him
on,
over
hold on,
Javon.
hold on. I'm asking the question. Why not? I'm just asking the question. I want to know why not? Why you don't have T.O. over Jerron Ennis on pound for pound? Just a question.
Why don't I have him? Because I don't do my pound for pound like most people do nowadays. I go skill for skill. If these guys were the same size, who do I believe wins? I don't think T.O. beat Jawan Boucher. At no point in time in his career did I think T.O. beat Jawan Boucher.
Okay. Everybody else had because I have a different criteria too. That's why I don't have a full 10 because my criteria is they actually have to prove pound for pound. So it's not a lot of guys that's doing it. So I don't know if I have a
So who's proven pound for pound in your opinion?
like you have to go from one weight class to another, look good
Mhm.
and get championship. That's my criteria for pound. That's not a lot of people's criteria. But you
Yeah,
have
they
to,
doing it all skills and eye tests.
yeah,
but think about this too.
that's a
Like
video game. That's a video game.
Yeah.
a lot of people basing everything off of accolades, man. Accolades. We heard Devin Haney say in an interview that anybody could be a champ, but you in the right place at the right time and got the right people behind you to get the right push.
Hey,
So yeah, you can gather a lot of belts. Like for me, even though Bernard Hopkins is pound for pound, this man had over 20 title defenses. That's a reigning champion. We don't have any more reigning champions anymore. These dudes just hopping around all the time, just grabbing belts. Either they losing or they vacate. They grab a belt up, the very next fight they lose it.
hey,
But I said,
coach.
well, I was a champion. Yeah, you was a champion and everything, but you didn't hold on to the belt. You got very little title. Like Usyk, I think he's a pound for pound talent because the level of danger that he's going into, first of all, in heavyweight division, all it takes is one. And the people that he's beating, even though it is a quote unquote weak heavyweight division, which I kind of do agree, it's not as strong as it was in the 90s and the 2000s and the 80s, but he's still beating these guys. He beat the best at the top of the division and he beat them multiple times, and he's defending his belts against even young guys. He didn't say Daniel Dubois don't deserve a shot at me. What has he done? He don't put no butts in the seat. He didn't use none of them talking points. He said, "Yeah, where you want to fight at?" You know what I'm saying? That man almost 40 years old. He fought a dude that's probably late 20s. He didn't say, you ain't done nothing. All these talking points that we hear these ducks talking about today about, what have you done? What
Nah,
you bring to the table? You don't sell
Yeah,
no
let me say
tickets.
this.
You,
It's
let's have a
let me
beer. That's what he said. He said, let's have a beer. Shit. I don't care.
you
You know what I'm
100% coach.
saying?
These guys,
My fault, B3.
listen, man. It's a lot. Stop being such. You gotta remove that haterism from your blood. Not coach talking to Kerry. Like saying Shakur fails the eye test is crazy. Like the thing about it, you watch so much boxing, you see guys get clipped, you see guys, gas out, lose wins on losing the championship rounds, all type of things. Shakur Stevenson, I mean, we could probably count on our hands the number of times he's been landing on cleanly. He's never even been in trouble in a fight. I mean,
He been in
maybe
trouble.
maybe Valdez hit him with the body shot.
But yeah, like he good enough to
You know what I'm
take it off
saying?
a few times, but he
And
you
and
not.
almost and had to tell us about it. He
Yeah,
didn't have to take a knee. He didn't have to run around. He didn't have to, show any type of trepidation. So if Shakur ain't topping your pound for pound list, uh, you know, you proven it, Carrier, that you know you on the tank brigade.
I mean, but I think for me,
Nah,
I
I'm
just
just messing
go
with you, Carrier.
different one. Like I just go totally different with pound for pound. Like, because saying that they would do it, that don't mean that you can't be like, you know what I'm saying? But people took this pound for pound list and made it like it's because if you're on the pound for pound list, you the greatest fighter. No, it just means to me that you prove that your skills carry your skills, power, IQ, everything carry from weight to weight, and you proved it.
So is Shakur proven pound for pound?
He's 3 divisions, right?
Yeah.
That's a that's a pound for pound fighter in my book. But I got to give Tio that too because he's 2 division, right?
Yeah. Yep. 2 divisions. Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
But he's a 2-time lineal. Let me bring in Big Dog Willie real quick. Smoke. What's going on, Big Dog Willie?
What's cracking?
What's
How you
going
guys
on?
doing, man? Keep going, man. I was just hearing some like the Shakur thing. Like, man, he's a proven talent. I don't understand why people just because you don't like the way he fights doesn't mean he's not that good. What's going on with this?
Yeah. I think a lot of time it's the fans. They have see they have like an expectation, almost like, for instance, they comparing everybody to the greatest thing they ever seen. So they'll compare you to Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? They'll compare you to Oscar or Mike or whoever. In
No,
actuality, you gotta. I think that's really what it comes down to. It's the comparison. They trying to. Uh, it's something that it's not. We gotta watch we watching these guys in real time, and we understand that Shakur, respectfully, he has unfortunately brittle hands. He has hand injuries in the prime of his career. So
yeah,
that's
I
kind
don't,
of
I
what we
don't,
dealing
I
with
don't hold
Shakur.
them to the. I don't compare these fighters to fighters from yesteryear. And I get on BBO about that a lot because he always want to say, "Oh, this person is the next such and such or whatever." Nah, these guys are their own people. But
Yeah.
what I do hold these fighters to, is what they say out of their mouth. If you tell me one thing, I expect you to go out there. If you can't get it done, at least try to get it done. But don't tell me, "Oh, I'm gonna stop this person," and you don't do anything to put yourself in position to stop that person.
I
That's what I
think
do. I hold you at your word.
is that a real talking
Yeah.
point? Because I hear that a lot. Because people say, "Oh, well," it definitely pointed at Shakur and Devin, mainly Shakur. Oh, he says this, so I don't agree. He's going to do this, and he didn't do it like he said he's going to do it. Man, this generation talk a bunch of shit, and they don't do none of the shit. This is just generation in general. So I see it. I see it as this. Yeah, he talks a bunch of shit. He's a boxer. What are you supposed to do? Of course, he's going to say some shit that he ain't going to do. He don't even fight like that. But I
Yeah,
guess
no,
in his mind,
I agree with you. I agree with you. That's why when people say that Devin is going to go out here and knock out Brian Norman, I'm like, no, y'all been saying this for the last 6, 7 years that Devin was going to knock somebody out. He hasn't done it yet. And it's like you said, the fighters are going to talk shit. I understand that. But when their fans start using those same terms, now I gotta say, okay, well, I gotta hold this fighter to it because y'all saying that they're gonna do it. So when they don't do it, I don't want to hear no excuses why they didn't do it. Y'all said that they was going to do it, and
well, you
then
have
Not
to
and
only
remember.
that, not on the fighter themselves are saying they're gonna do it. Now when Jerron say he gonna step on you, he usually step on you. When Terrence Crawford say he step on you, he usually gonna step on you. When Tank say he gonna step on you, he usually step on you. Now the right thing for Devin and Shakur would be like, I'm just gonna do a master class. Cause that's what you're gonna do. You ain't gonna
right.
step on nothing. You're gonna be a
But
man.
they
I'm gonna
say
put
that.
on a master class in boxing. No, we can go for that now. You know what I'm
But
saying?
when you say that, this is what I'm saying. When you say that, these fighters know that they have to say something to appease the crowd.
Yeah.
Masterclass boxing don't pay the bills, so you have to talk it up. Talk it up. Oh, I'm gonna knock this dude out. Yeah, I'm gonna knock this dude out.
Yo, hold on, wait, man. Hold on, wait. Read a fucking. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Read a book.
Yeah,
The encyclopedia has a bunch of words in there that you can use to something. Stop using everybody. Like, come on, man.
But how many people don't use the book? How many Boston fans are out there
Yeah,
that
that's
understand
just
what they're saying?
That's just excuses, man.
You better use
How's
it.
it an excuse? No, it's the truth.
Everybody got their picks in, and then they only choose that for certain fighters. Like, if you feel like Shakur proven, then Boots is proven too. Why I keep asking like why you put Boots so high up and all this other stuff, and then and you talking about all this down talk about other fighters not fighting young black slick fighters. If T.O. beat Shakur, you don't want to give him no credit. Like you just hate it.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know.
yeah,
Whoever said that's ridiculous. Anybody beat Shakur gonna get credit. Anybody beat Tank gonna get credit. Anybody beat Devin gonna get credit. Well, I mean, I don't understand where this shit's coming from.
Yeah.
No, he'll get credit. He'll get credit, but I mean, like I said, because and I'm speaking to these fans that always talk about, oh, well, Tank brought this person up, or this person brought this person up. So if T.O. beats Shakur's coming from the smaller weight. He didn't have a fight at 140. So if y'all saying this about these other guys, y'all gotta keep the same energy when it comes to T.O. If T.O. beats Shakur, you gotta keep the same energy
Who's
because
gonna
y'all
say?
talking about no. I'm talking about the people that says those things. Remember when Tank was fighting Lamar Roach? Oh, you bringing up little Lamar Roach? You brought Lamar Roach up from 130. And when you fought this one, oh, you brought this. You brought Leo Santa Cruz, even though Tank went down to Leo Santa Cruz. But they said the Tank brought Leo Santa Cruz. So these same people are now saying, if T.O. beats Shakur, T.O. got to get the credit. But these are the same people that was saying Tank Davis was bringing people up.
Oh, that's a way different. We know who Shakur is. Nobody knew who Roach was.
No, it's not a way different anything. You bringing a person up
Oh
from
no,
another
it
That's
is a
what
big
I'm
difference.
saying.
There
That's
is a
why
big
he's saying
difference.
it's way different because it's just about hating for real. It's
It's
so
way
easy
Let
to
him
it's,
explain
hate.
it. Go
it's
ahead,
way
cook
It's
on it,
so
big
different.
dog
easy
Willie.
to hate
How is it
for real.
different? Let him
How
It's not
different?
explain it.
about
Because
hate or none of that.
okay, hold on.
It's about keeping the same energy. If you say one fighter brought a person up, even though Lamar Roach had fought at 35 more times than Tank Davis did, and he fought at 140, even though he fought at that weight class, they still was saying Tank Davis was bringing up Lamar Roach. But out of Lamar Roach's own mouth, he said he was about to go fight at 140 before he
No, there's
got
a
the
big
fight.
difference. There's a big difference. There's a big difference. I don't know
It's a,
why.
Go ahead, cook on it.
listen,
Go ahead, speak on it.
listen. It's a difference in talent. I believe Shakur is a better
That's the
talent.
difference.
No, but listen what I'm saying. It's no
Yeah.
difference in bringing a fighter up. If you bring a fighter up, you bring a fighter up.
Oh,
It's
there
no
is a
difference.
difference. There is
No,
a
it's not.
difference.
Y'all making it a difference.
Whole
It's
No,
not.
time,
when
this about
no,
to
there's a
be
difference. There's a
like
difference.
Lamont versus
Hold on,
Tank.
Ja. Let him explain it though.
There's a difference. When Sugar Ray brought up Roberto Duran, was there a difference then?
No, and Sugar Ray Leonard didn't bring up Roberto Duran because Roberto Duran fought multiple times before he fought Sugar Ray.
Okay. Well, you said bringing up somebody, and Tank don't get the same credit for bringing up as Ortiz will get. Of course, he's not going to get the same credit. Shakur's a way better fighter than the Lamont Roach, and yes, he is.
Y'all can
And just because Tank,
y'all can make the excuse all you want. All I'm
it's not an
about
excuse. It's
keeping
the
the same.
truth.
Like I said, y'all can
That ain't
use
the
whatever
truth,
excuse y'all
man.
want.
That ain't the
Still
I'm
not.
truth.
about keeping the same energy. When you say, that's why I say keep it consistent. When you say about one, you got to say about all. The same
That's
way
a
No.
you can't
There's
say
different.
about
There's
one guy.
differences. There are differences.
You can say
There are
it's a difference.
differences.
I don't look at it as a difference. I look at it as the same across the board. Y'all want to make it different.
But
I'm
when
not
it comes
making
to
it different.
talent,
I'm making it.
when it comes to talent, if when it comes to talent is this: when a great fighter moves up and fight another great fighter, somebody's gonna get credit. I'm not saying Lamar Roach is not a great fighter, but Tank will never get the same. Not because he's Tank, because Shakur is better than Shakur has more accolades. He has more
Definitely
proven
because he's
fights,
Tank.
Yeah.
Definitely
than Roach
because it's
did.
Tank.
it's
What?
just hating.
It definitely because it's Tank. If it would have been
Nah, but
anybody else, it wouldn't
I
have been
agree
this
with that
problem.
point though, T Hill, that he would get more credit for Shakur than Lamont. I mean, that's obvious, right?
No, I agree
For the
with that.
Shakur
I
was
fight.
agree
look,
with
look, look.
that
But
on
Shakur
surface.
would get more
hold
credit
on.
for Lamont than
It's
Tank
the
though.
same thing.
Stop playing, man. It's just hating, man. It's just
Hating
hating.
on
Cause
who?
It's the same. It's the
if
same. It's
Canelo
kind
would
of the
have
same
been
concept. Yeah.
obviously hating on
And I
Tank,
illustrated
obviously,
and I
How you hating on
illustrated
Tank? It's not
Tank,
hating
and
on Tank.
now
It's just the
Tank lost.
truth.
it,
Tank lost against Lamont
It's
Roach in my
you
here's
just
opinion.
keep
He lost
saying
the
it's the
fight.
truth. You ain't proving that it's no truth,
No,
man.
what it is that there's a he has more. Who has more accolades, Shakur or Roach?
Shakur.
Shakur
Who
got more
had who's
accolades.
getting
that.
more?
And
That's
who
not.
is
That's
look?
not the argument.
It's
No,
not
but
the
the argument
argument.
is
That's what I'm
This
saying.
the
It's
this the
just
argument.
hating.
I got you, Big Dog. Will. This the argument is that respectfully, right now is Teofimo, Shakur's biggest fight.
yeah, so
Yes,
I
far,
mean, that's
yeah,
yes.
available to him because Tank is off the table right now.
yeah.
Lamont was what was that? That wasn't Tank's biggest fight. That was
Now,
just
I'm glad you said that.
pretty
I'm
much
glad.
him giving Lamont an opportunity.
Now, I'm glad you
So
said that.
that's
You
how
said
Can
you
that's
said
where the
I
it's
ask?
difference
Can
is
I
coming
ask
no,
in.
this
no. But you said
question
it's
though?
Is
Tio.
Look,
Hold
look
on.
at this though.
You said it's
Let me.
Tio. If you say it's Tio
it's
Shakur's
both
biggest
their
fight.
biggest fight. Both their biggest
No, no,
fights,
hold up,
though.
hold up. Tio is
No, it's
Shakur's
not.
biggest fight, but is Shakur Tio's biggest fight?
Yes,
No,
yes,
no, he not.
Shakur
No, he
No,
not.
he
Stevenson?
wasn't.
Who's
Yes,
bigger
it
yes.
than?
was.
No, just give us a
Yes, it
name.
was.
Just give us
Who's
a
better?
name. Well, that's
Loma
all we
was.
want. No, 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 no,
Loma,
no. We're talking about a money fight
obviously.
right now, present day. We're
Oh, you
talking
talking about
about
money fight?
because we're talking
Money
about
fight.
based on your
Different.
decisions that you're making. But that's what I'm saying. Tank
This a
made a
great
decision
fight.
to fight Roach. We understand Tank is going to do an X amount of pay-per-views or X amount of gate any fight,
I'm
right?
not. I'm not looking at the
So
money.
that was just a stay busy fight for Tank, respectfully.
But
This will be Shakur. This will be Shakur moving up to fight a lineal champion.
no, but see,
So it's
you looking at the money aspect. I'm not talking. When I say biggest fight, I'm talking about the bigger name, the more dangerous fight. I don't think Shakur is the bigger name. He might be more dangerous, but he's not the bigger name
I'm not
over
talking about the
Tio
name. I'm
fighting
not talking about
Loma.
the name, though. I'm not talking about the
wait,
name.
Only,
I'm talking about
only
Fighting
thing,
Loma
Tank,
was
the
a
only
bigger
skill.
thing
I'm
fight
talking about the skill
Tio,
than
level.
Tio fighting before.
Hold on,
only
y'all.
thing Tio get out of this fight. Only thing Tio get out of this fight is that which y'all like. He's fighting a young, slick black fighter. It's not
No,
because the
no.
Shakur accolade. Yo, stop. Let me speak, yo.
Okay,
Like
go
it's
ahead,
not
man.
even. It's not. All right, thank you. It's not even like his accolades is he had better accolades than Loma or somebody like that. Like he fighting Shakur. Shakur, he proven he got that skill, he got the style that that's what people consider like the science of boxing type of style. So if you beat him, that's a big deal. Like, but this is Shakur's toughest opponent ever that he didn't ever going to be facing. And anybody else should get way more credit for fighting Lamont Roach. Like one of the biggest fights in Shakur career is Jamel Herring, and they got that common opponent in Lamont Roach. Like all this, it's just about hating to me. Like who you can. That's where people feel comfortable stating a political opinion on is a perspective of hating on a fighter. Like do something else. Like say something good like about the fight. Like see if you could do that.
Tell him again, John. Get your shit off. Tell him again.
Now,
See
John
what I'm
Cooking, man,
saying?
I'm gonna say it this way. We gonna show how it's different. I mean, this it's different for Tank. We have video footage of Dana White smacking the hell out of his wife. Not one person had outrage for that ish. We got speculation of Tank, and only because we saw him drag a girl out of an arena forcefully do we convict him of being a woman beater. You know who else we got visual footage of beating on women?
TL, that wasn't an arena. That's a school stadium.
Oh,
Hold
school
on,
stadium.
before let me say one thing, T Hill, before they get triggered by that. Like, if Canelo was to just beat Bud, he would not get that much credit, even though Bud got more accolades than anybody because he brought Bud up. Like, it's just hypocritical statements.
hey,
Like,
listen,
It's the
oh,
everybody in
thing.
the bill.
You're
Everybody, hold on, let
comparing
me
you're
say this real
comparing
quick,
Lamar
man.
Roach to Shakur.
Yeah,
That's the difference.
no, I'm
this is
comparing
getting
Bud.
off.
I just compared Bud to Shakur. If
No,
if
no.
Canelo, no,
Can't
you're
compare
not
that.
listening. Let me say what I'm saying. Where if
I'm trying to
Canelo would have
understand what you're
just
saying.
be
I don't understand
quiet
what you're
and
saying.
listen. You gotta
I have
listen
been
to
quiet and listening.
understand. You're
Go ahead,
not,
I don't
go
man.
ahead,
You
understand
Ja.
what you're
Go
still
ahead.
saying.
Get
talking.
it
You
out,
still
Ja. Go
talking.
ahead, bro.
Look, if Canelo was to beat Bud and he moved Bud up, he would not get that much credit because he
Y'all
moved
can't
Bud
put
up.
that in the
Even
same
though
Mhm.
box.
Bud got more accolades than Shakur, though.
But you
That's
But
what
can't
I'm
put it
but
saying.
in
That
the same
that that
box, bro.
argument is
This is the hold on.
why
This is the
he
hold
Tio's
on. Let me
not
say
moving
this
a
real
Canelo.
he
quick.
Tio's
Let
moving
not
me
a
say
top
this.
Canelo. At the
fighter
same
up.
time, though, Tio's not Canelo. That's a
Let
bad
me say this. Let me
example.
say this.
Hold on,
That was
See,
his
you
biggest. That
just
was
trying to
Canelo's.
ignore the shit. My bad.
Nah, it's not even that. It's just this. That was Canelo's pretty much his, biggest money fight opportunity at that time, right? Turkey wanted that Crawford fight. So in respects to credit, Ja, you 100% right because he was moving up, right? The people was like that'd be a smaller man and whatever, whoop de whoop. Now, what that I don't think that has anything to do with Tank. Because here's the situation. They were coming off the back of telling us that they did reach out to Shakur, and I guess the teams couldn't work out a deal. Maybe Shakur didn't want to be, he only wanted one fight, or maybe there was only one fight off, or whatever the case may be. We went from hearing about Loma didn't want to fight, Shakur, they couldn't come to an agreement, to landing on Lamont Roach. So that's a completely different situation. Now, whether we want to believe that they didn't come to an agreement, or whether people want to assume that Tank didn't want those fights, that's where the disconnect comes from, right? Because you feel like it's hating to assume. You know what I'm saying? They say you only assume if you're an asshole, right? So we want to, but the truth of the matter is that he did land on Lamont Roach,
you got three
and
examples that don't fit in the same box. But go
At
ahead,
the
Big Three.
fourth
My bad.
option, as the fourth option though.
right,
It
right.
wasn't.
But that's what I'm
It
saying. It's
wasn't.
like
It
when,
wasn't the
as
first
as as
option.
fan as the fans though, it's like okay,
The common denominator is hating to me. That's what it sounds like. Like, is
Nah,
it a
man.
good
Nah, it's
fight?
really
Is
not.
this a good fight? T.O. versus Shakur. Is it a worthy fight for both fighters?
It's a
Yeah,
fantastic
it's
fight
a
for
good fight.
both of them, man.
It's a good
Then what
fight.
is we talking about? Who not going to get credit and the fight didn't even happen yet?
What? I don't think nobody's
And
saying
nobody,
that.
no, nobody said
Nah,
nobody was gonna get credit.
Man,
you
literally,
you you
man.
clouded
Whatever.
you clouded by Tank, man. No, I don't know what you talking about, bro. Ain't
You
nobody said
going
it
back
was
to Tank. I ain't even worried
that
about
you.
Tank, yo.
It all worried about it. All roads end with Tank with you, dog.
No, it
Real talk,
don't. What
man.
is whatever,
We
man.
we
That's
were
what I
just
mean.
talking
It's
about
so
Shakur and
obvious.
T.O.
Yeah, and then somebody said that Tio ain't going to get no credit if he beat Shakur because he moving Shakur up. Like, no, he
No,
do get
nobody,
credit.
nobody said that. Nobody said that. What I said was, I want those people that were saying they wasn't going to give credit to to Tio. I mean, the ones that's going to give credit to Tio that wasn't giving credit to Tank is what I said. That's where it came from.
Yeah, but
I
That
said
way you
they
messed
not
up
those
there.
same
intelligent.
people.
You mentioned Tank, and that was it,
They
brother.
not even. I'm not worried. I didn't bring Tank up though, but people not intelligent enough to even know that Lamont was the bigger fighter in that fight. So I don't even
That's
care
not.
about that. All I care about is saying whoever win this fight get credit.
And my point was
That's all
this,
I'm
but
saying.
my point is this. I didn't. But is that D Free that made that opinion up? That you do?
Yeah,
He
that
just
was me.
spoke for
Okay.
himself.
I said the
Yeah, I
same
didn't. I didn't
people
know.
that giving Tio credit are the same people that wasn't going to give Tank credit. Is what I said.
And
I
my
didn't say
and my
that
argument.
nobody's not going
Okay.
to get
And so
credit.
my argument to that was to that is that Tio is fighting a better opponent than Tank is, and
And
that's
that's
opinion.
why I said
And so
Bud is a
hold
better
on, Jaw,
opponent
Jaw, Jaw, Jaw,
than
Jaw, slow down, Jaw, slow down. Let me just
hold
finish
on,
what I'm
here. Let
saying.
me do this real quick. Hey, P Hunter, just flip your camera for me real quick. I'm gonna bring you on the panel.
And Coach Tommy
Just
wanted to say something too afterwards.
Yes, sir. When y'all
So
let me.
that's why I was saying
salute, family.
to
I'm gonna bring
D
you on.
Free. That's why I was saying to D Free that there is a difference between the two fighters. Tio will have more respect for beating Shakur than Tank having a draw with Roach. So there's respect. Yes, I give Tank respect for going against Roach
We didn't expect Roach to do that. But Teo fighting Shakur, Teo will get more respect. That's what I'm saying.
And then you saying also, let me correct me if I'm wrong. You saying Canelo wouldn't get as much respect for beating Bud because Canelo is way better than Tio.
Well, yeah, because Teo,
Okay. I
because
disagree
Teo,
with that because I feel like
because no,
Bud is way
because
better than
people,
Shakur.
but Teo is, but the thing about Teo and Canelo is the face of boxing. Canelo considered the best Mexican fighter of all time.
I
So
feel like
if you
Bud
think so,
is the same perspective for
no,
Bud as you saying for Tio
Nah,
and Canelo though.
no,
That's
no,
what I'm
no, no,
saying.
no, 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 no. Because
No
a
what?
lot of people didn't give Bud a chance in that fight.
Bud was already pound for pound though, number one though. So how
But
is
he
it
was
no?
okay.
How is it no to that?
Y'all, because y'all will go on for days on that.
that's real.
Yeah.
Let
Hey,
me
let me. Did I cut out Smoke?
a little bit, but bro, I got a channel too. Coach Tommy was about to get some game real quick before
Go
y'all.
ahead, Coach.
Y'all need to go on.
Um,
I'm definitely not gonna say that again because hey, the way I
I'm
said when I said it, everybody was quiet, and I was like, nah, they didn't want to hear that. Go ahead, Coach Tom.
I'm gonna say this, man. It was three examples given. That's all completely different, right? When you talk about Bud, the dude that started at 135, had one fight at 54, jump up two divisions. Of course, Canelo wasn't gonna get that credit. That looks absurd. Like how many fighters at 135 in history won a belt at 168? The only one I think might have did it or forfeit was Durant. That's historical. That's number one. Secondly, when we talking about Roach proved how good he was fighting Tank. Prior to that, he didn't have no real body of work to say how good this dude is. Yeah, he turned out being a bigger dude than Tank. I'll give him that, right? So I'm not taking away from Tank. Roach was better than we thought. He was bigger than we thought. I give Tank props for that, but not the same props I would give Tio for beating Shakur because now when you're talking about Shakur, you talking about a defensive wizard. You talking about a big 135. He's not being pulled up to 140. He's the A side. He's invading 140. So if Tio beats Shakur, that's huge. Tank getting a draw against Roach, and only because a knockdown didn't get called. Come on, dog. He failed expectations. We never really heard of this dude. Though he good, he not a bum. And again, if Canelo would have beat Bud, come on, man. Bud is a way smaller dude. He's jumping divisions. That's like six divisions higher than the one he started in. So all of them examples don't fit in the same box. So saying keep the same energy for all, nah, you can't apply that. You can't brush everybody with you can't paint everybody the same brush. That's
Thank
all I
you, thank
got.
you. That's right. You
That's
said a
only
lot better than
that's
I
only
did. Thank you.
that's only one
You're 100%.
perspective though, because if you looking at like somebody like Manny Pacquiao, you just gave an example of Roberto Duran that debunked your statement with Bud, pound for pound number one. If that's how you even get ranked for pound, how you would transition into different weight class with your style, would you still win? And then we got to see it. We got to see the face of boxing versus pound for pound number one and Bud prevails. So to just discredit him is really just hating. Like, oh, because if Manny Pacquiao would have beat Floyd, he came up. However many weight classes he came up. So it's like it's just about hating to me because one fighter going to get the credit. So why would another fighter even make the fight then? They shouldn't even he
Manny
shouldn't
Pacquiao,
even
that's a
take
bad
this
example.
fight.
Man,
It's
Pacquiao proved
not,
himself at
man.
147. 147.
Hard,
Yeah, Manny
hard
Pacquiao proved himself at
Put my brother
147,
Cam J.
but Crawford didn't.
Manny Pacquiao wasn't pound for pound number one, man, which is Bud. So you keep trying to act like Bud is like you saying
I kind
Canelo
of
such a way better fighter than Tio. That's why that don't compare. But Bud is such a way better fighter than Shakur. So it
yeah, but
balanced it out like that.
nah, dog. You ain't keeping it real right now. You're not kidding. So
How
so
I'm
so
not
did
keeping it real?
let him
How?
explain it,
Well,
y'all. Let him
only
explain it.
difference
Hold on.
is Bud
let
went
me
up
Nah, yeah. When I
21
say
pounds.
let me
how, I'm ready to
Shakur's
listen to
not going
how.
up
I
20 pounds. He's going up 5 pounds. Bud
It's
went up 20
I,
something
differences.
pounds.
It's
That's a
differences, of
huge
course.
difference.
It's a
Yeah.
different
hold on.
fighter. That don't mean you can't keep the same energy though, and not just look
Nah,
at
you can't. You
one
can't. Dog.
difference
You
and then
cannot.
decide that. That don't mean you can't just you only need to look at one difference and decide like Nah, no comparison
Hey,
at
salute
all.
the hey, let me say this. Salute the P Hunter pulling up. I'm gonna bring you in P Hunter. They cooking right now. Go ahead, Coach. Coach Tommy.
This is why I ain't gonna say you ain't keeping it real because you might believe what you're saying, but I'm gonna tell you why I definitely don't agree with you. Saying just because Bud was pound for pound, he could jump up so many weight classes and Canelo get props for that. That would be like Floyd Mayweather when he was pound for pound jumping up and fighting Roy Jones. If he lost to Roy Jones, you think Jones would get credit? He wouldn't get no credit for beating little Floyd just because he pound for pound. He's just way too small. It's you can't
Okay,
compare. You talk
I
about Manny
respect what you're
Pacquiao.
saying. Look, I respect what you're saying with Roy. This why I say you not keeping it real. Because what I'm saying is actually real. Bud jumped up those weight classes, and then look, if we know the truth of the matter is, Bud was comfortable at that higher weight class. That's information we found out before the fight actually happened. And I feel like
When
it should be
when
no, hold on, look, and look,
Bomac
and look,
Bomac did say, hold on, John. Bomac did say he could have had a Crawford campaigning at
and
168. He
and
said that
then
out his
look,
mouth.
it's if Bud is that good of a fight, what's the point of having a pound for pound? What we have the pound for pound for? We got to see it. Ain't no reason because of Bud's skills and all of that. Skills pay the bills. That's why I believe Canelo still should get credit, even though he came up. If that's the issue, then a lot of fights that Canelo fought that people wanted him to fight, then there was no point in even wanting those fights. It's
But
all about
I'm gonna
hating
add.
is the common denominator. Like everybody just wanted to see Canelo fight Benavidez because they just wanted to see Canelo lose though. But all the other fighters people wanted to see Canelo fight would have been coming up in weight. So what's the point of fighting them and you ain't getting no credit for it? You don't get no credit for beating Bud. That's crazy. It shouldn't matter
But I
what
think
weight you in.
If David Benavidez would have beat Bud, he wouldn't have got no credit, even
Not
though they would have been in the same
That's a
weight class.
from the same
back
casuals, he wouldn't have got no credit.
He
let
wouldn't have
me
got
let
any
me
credit for beating
let
Bud.
me pivot. I think that's a good
So
point. That's
ain't
a good
no point in
segue.
making these fights then. Ain't no point in people moving up in weight then.
Mhm.
Money grab,
Nah,
brother.
Crawford got the credit for moving for the weight classes. He's in a Henry Armstrong. He's done things. Roberto Duran. He's done things. Moving from 135 to
Ha-
168. He's done
One
things
more
that
question
he
before.
so he gets the credit.
Has there ever been a fighter that gotten credit for beating a fighter that moved up in weight?
many times,
Then
many
we
times,
done
and
then. I ain't trying to hear that then.
but you can't apply that to every fight. That it don't.
I
It don't.
think I,
I
I
I
just
think
did.
no.
I just did
see, the
apply
thing
it
is,
to it.
the thing is,
most of
yeah,
the time when a guy moves up in weight, the bigger guy usually wins. You can basically count on both of your hands the amount of time an elite fighter moved
Yeah,
up
the
and
bigger
fought
guy.
another elite fighter at a larger weight class, and the smaller guy won. It usually doesn't happen like that. It
but
usually
Get
the
in,
other way
free.
around.
this
That
is the
makes
reason why they
sense.
make the fight
Everything
because
everybody's saying makes sense. I ain't
I
saying
don't
it
think they. I
don't.
don't think they hear you, free.
But this is the reason why they make the fight because the credit goes to the smaller guy if he wins the fight, but the money goes to the bigger guy. That's why he makes the fight because it's a bigger money fight. So when Canelo fought Bud
Yeah.
Crawford, it was a bigger money fight. He wouldn't have got the credit, but he got the paycheck. He ain't worried about the credit. He worried about the paycheck.
Man,
So
you
that's
Yeah,
just
why
I
made
want
that up.
yo,
You just
and
made that
let
up,
me add
man.
that. And let me
You
add
just
that
made
real
that
quick.
up.
The smaller guy is always going to get more credit than the larger guy. I'm gonna tell you why. When Bob Foster moved up and fought Joe Frazier didn't get any credit for knocking him out. He's supposed to. When Bob Foster fought Muhammad Ali didn't get any credit for knocking out Bob Foster. He was supposed to. Usyk got a lot of credit when he moved up because he went from cruiserweight and beat these big giant guys, so he got a lot of credit. If if Usyk would have got flatlined by AJ when they fought, AJ wouldn't have got that credit because he's supposed to do that. This dude come from cruiserweight. You're 6'6", 250 pounds. I'm not giving you credit for beating up a cruiserweight. So the small guys
That
are always going to get more credit when he moves up in weight. That's just how it
y'all
is,
could
man.
get mad at me again because that don't apply to Tank though. That don't
It
apply
does.
to Tank.
If Tank was to
When
move
he
up
when
and fight Devin
He
Haney and beat
moved up
Devin
and
Haney,
fought Barrios. He moved up and fought Barrios, and he didn't start his career at 135.
But see that, but he wasn't the
And
man
Tank
of the
got credit for
division.
beating Mario.
But
He did get credit for being the
he
division
also put a
champion.
rehydration clause on Barrios too. So
But y'all ain't get credit. Y'all ain't get Tank credit
man, he
for
put a
none of his
rehydration
wins.
clause on that man, brother.
Now I
Look,
always called
so
If you
Tank.
he
put all
didn't
these,
get.
He
if you
held
put all
three
these,
I'm
belts
not even
simultaneously.
look. I'm not arguing none of that. I just said it don't apply to Tank. He don't get the credit.
No,
Whether he move
he got
up,
the
Nah,
credit for
Job,
losing.
no, that
move
that one
down,
thing
none of
you just
that.
said right there is gonna always ring true. With a lot of people, it's not gonna sit well. They just don't like
Nah,
Tank
it
for
ain't
some
going to
reason. But the
sit
bottom
well.
line is that fight with Haney definitely should happen. It needs to happen, especially if you was about to op your ass in the ring with Jake Paul. So I'm looking
Hey,
forward to it. If he don't retire, that nigga making it good on that fight so that we can get that one out the way. We need to get that Shakur one out the way.
Yo, I got okay.
listen,
But
So what about
when you're a great fighter, the expectations is always higher. And
Yes, sir.
what we want, truthfully, we didn't
respect
get
to
the
all
fights
of
we
y'all.
wanted to see. We didn't get the fights. I'm gonna leave it at that. Cause I saved that, and I want to save my panel. You know, I love my brothers and everybody pulling up. I'm gonna go to P Hunter. P Hunter, how you feeling, man? Appreciate you pulling up.
doing
What
good,
you,
doing good. What's up to you in the chat, in the channel, and everybody else on the panel?
man?
Yo,
We
hold
working.
on. Did I just
Cook on this.
accidentally do some lyrics? My bad. Anyway, but yo, I mean, with Bud going up 2 weight classes, I mean, that's an accomplishment. But I always look back at when Sugar fought Hagler, because Sugar went up what I think. Well, the weight divisions were kind of different then, but Sugar went up about two weight classes, and he was off for like 3 years, and he went up there to
he went
fight
up one. He
Wise.
went up one weight class. He went up one weight class. There wasn't
He
no
was at
junior
one.
classes.
Hold on.
It was
Well, that's what
it
I'm
was
saying.
either
Well, what I'm saying.
147 or 60. Yeah.
What I'm
There
saying
wasn't
is
no
he went up from
54.
150 to
It wasn't no
160.
54 back then. It wasn't no
Right.
54.
That's what I was saying. I
Yes, it
said the
was.
weight classes was different back then.
Yes, it
But he
was.
still went up. He still went up, whatever he did. But he was also off after eye surgery for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Now if Hagler would have beat him, same with Canelo beating whoever, or same with Joshua beating Usyk, he really wouldn't have got that much credit for beating Sugar. But Sugar went
Facts.
up there. It was a controversial fight, but Sugar won it, and he got all the credit he deserved. So people going up and going up and fighting. It's always like someone else said. It's always going to be the smaller guys always going to get all the credit, and that's just how boxing is.
Now let me pivot real quick. That's a perfect segue point. Big Dog Will, I gotta bring you back in on this real quick. This fight, man, is coming up on the 22nd with Devin Haney and Norman Jr. And I want to bring P Hunter in. What's your thoughts on this fight, Big Dog? Are you excited for the matchup? And how do you see the fight playing out?
You said Devin. I didn't hear it. The Devin and Norman
Yeah.
fight. You said,
Yup.
man, I'm excited for the fight. I think Devin's gonna pull it off. Just because I think Devin stay out of range, and Devin's a better boxer. I just and better feet. Now I'm not gonna say that Norman can't clip him because that can happen. But I just got Devin just off of skills. But I am very excited for the fight. I'm gonna try to buy the fight. I probably will buy the fight, how much it ever costs. But it's a Saturday afternoon too, right? All day Saturday, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna have to make time to sit down and not watch college football and watch all these fights.
But
Hey,
that's
hey,
what it
Coach,
said.
hey, Coach Eddie, hey, B3, let me ask Coach Eddie one question.
Oh, go
I
ahead,
bet.
man.
I'm gonna bring P Hunter in.
I know we've been talking for a little bit. Before we even saw the actual face-to-face, I've been saying Devin don't know who he is, and Brian Norman do, and that's why I got him winning this fight out of anything everybody talking about, the sparring, whatever. And we saw that in 5K.
Yo, bet
You went out,
now
Smoke.
if David Haney deserves more credit in my opinion if he beats Norman than Norman beating Devin Haney because Norman's moving up. I'm sorry, the other way. I'm sorry, Devin Haney's moving up to challenge the champion at 147. I
Yeah.
always been the guy. If you're a smaller man, you coming from another weight division, you move up, you beat the guy at that weight division, you deserve the credit because you moved up to fight a bigger guy. Now, an elite bigger guy, 9 times out of 10 is not supposed to lose to an elite smaller guy. Now, it does happen from time to time, but just go back throughout history, anytime a great small man moved up and fought a great big man, the big man usually won.
Yeah, if he wasn't
I say about say about 90% of the time, the big man usually won.
Yeah, cause listen, I don't know if y'all ever seen, but Purnell said, "Man, this too big. I'm going back down."
That same thing Manny Pacquiao said when he beat Antonio Margarito. He said, "Man, I'm not staying up here. This dude hurt me, man." He said, "This man hurt me, man. I'm going back down. Said these guys too big." Just same thing with Bud said. Bud ain't gonna stay at 168. He ain't no fool. Now his fans want to see him stay there, but Bud said, "Look, man, I know my limitations. I'm going back to 160 because these dudes too." He looking at the landscape at 168. He's saying these guys are too big, man.
I gotta kind of disagree with you a little bit. Or not like I agree with you that Haney should get props if he beat Brian Norman. Brian Norman is a bigger, stronger dude. But Brian Norman, I think he'll definitely get props for beating Haney because for one, he ain't fight nobody as good as Haney in his career yet. Two, Haney is a supreme boxer. Three, we all, not we, but a lot of people have been screaming about Haney a weight bully, Haney a weight bully. And look how big he is. Haney ain't no small dude. He should be at 147. He should have been at 147. So if Norman beats him, I'm very impressed, man, because Haney's very skillful. And side note, that ain't got nothing to do with that. One of the things that actually make this fight exciting is Haney don't have no iron chin. I'm not going to say he's chinny the way some people do, but he's far from infallible, and we've already seen that. I'm real excited for that fight, though.
I agree with you. What you saying that I believe Norman should get credit, and it's a balance, like perfectly balanced. But only reason I can agree with what the OG was saying, because everybody overlooking that this is Brian Norman's best opponent, so they shouldn't be able to give him credit for it. He should just stop Haney like they keep talking easily, like they
Yeah,
talk.
it's a moment. You're right, John. You're absolutely right. Like everybody get a moment. Like if you want to pop and you want to be that guy, everybody get a moment. And Devin Haney is Brian Norman's. This is I wanted it to be Boots, but Debo Dev, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if it's gonna be you, it'll be you. And he should do it.
Yep.
And so to my brother Cam J, the Haney Norman fight, it will be around I think 9:15, 9:30. I think Eastern Standard Savings Time. They're gonna be fighting around 4:15 a.m. in Saudi. So we'll get it prime time. They'll be fighting at 4:15 a.m. I even seen on Senior's page they've been working out early morning, like 3:30 a.m., 4 a.m. So they kind of get acclimated.
The atmosphere, man.
Yeah, I mean, and even with that, technically, this is Devin Haney's second fight at 147. Even though the other fight was at a catchweight, it still was out of the 140 weight class. It was at 144. So technically, this is his second fight at 147.
1000%. Let me bring P Hunter
You
in.
right about that? Okay. I was
Oh
gonna
no, go
say
ahead, go ahead. No, cook, bro.
I agree with you on that because I don't believe in that catchweight shit. Anything over, so his last fight was a 147, but his opponent was fighting for the first time as welterweight as well. He's a little dude. This is the first real welterweight he's fighting, and
No,
ain't just
I agree with that. This is
big.
the first real true 147-pound fighter that Devin is facing because Jose Ramirez was moving up for the first time as well. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah, and Norman is a big welterweight. He's a strong welterweight, and he does got some skill. Like this is. I'm happy for this fight.
Yeah, this gonna be a
Yeah,
fan friendly fight. Go ahead, P Hunter.
nah, but I think when it comes to Dev and Brian Norman, it's gonna be it's gonna be a couple of different factors. One, how much will Devin actually try to engage and not fight off his back foot? Because that could, especially in Saudi, and you never know what's really going on with them wanting to see more of an action-packed fight. That can sway the judges if Dev is not active enough. Because if he's just pop, he could pop, and it's no doubt in my mind, he could pop shot Brian Norman all night long if he felt like it. But will Brian Norman be able to put as much pressure on him to where the judges are like, and the judges are like, well, he's putting way more pressure. Dev ain't doing nothing. They give Brian Norman the decision. Dev is going to have to keep that in mind, and Dev is also going to not have to go stupid like he did against Ryan, because that's why he lost that fight. He went all of a sudden he went dumb, like he didn't know the game plan. He didn't know what to do in that ring with Ryan, and he can't have another mental lapse, because I think Brian Norman's a better boxer than Ryan. And I think Brian Norman is probably a little bit more athletic. Well, no, he's probably a lot more athletic than Ryan. So Dev's gonna have to. He's definitely gonna have to get in there and mix it up a little bit more, because I think the judges are going to really look for that in this fight.
I mean, and this is the reason why I haven't made a decision who I believe is going to win, because I believe this is a true 50-50 fight. I'm probably not going to make my decision until the night of the weigh-in, because I keep looking at this fight and I could see avenues for either guy to win this fight. And I'm just still going back studying tape on these guys to see what gives them problem, what can they do to possibly win this fight. And the thing is, I don't know what style or what version of Devin Haney are we going to get. Are we going to get the version of Devin Haney before he got in there with Ryan, or are we going to get in the version of Devin Haney after he got in there with Ryan? I'm not sure what version we're going to get. That's why I keep going back and forth on my decision, and I haven't made an actual decision who I believe is going to win.
Yeah.
Here's another disadvantage for Haney though. I'll say this, man. Um, Bill Haney is really good at doing a lot of things, but one thing he ain't good at is giving instruction in that corner. He showed that in the Ryan fight. I'm sorry, he's dirt when it comes to giving instructions, like dirt. So it makes what Haney does even more impressive, because he kind of trying to figure it out on his own. In that Ryan Garcia fight, Bill didn't tell him nothing constructive, nothing.
Can I ask you, do you think who better at giving
On my end,
instructions?
did he go out on y'all?
Nah, that was you. He was clear.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
let
Maybe I didn't want to hear the Bill slander. I don't know, but it's just
What you say, John?
God.
I want to ask, like, cause this controversial
My
probably,
bad, coach.
but I feel like Bill Haney give better instruction than in the corner than Derek James do.
See there.
Nah, I can't agree with that, man.
Now
So
let him
in
explain. Break that down, Job, before everybody cook. Break it down, Job.
I feel like Derek James might maybe know more about boxing than Bill Haney, possibly. I can't even say for sure,
Don't say
but
possible. Don't
but
say
I feel
possibly.
like
Hold on,
hold on,
John. Now, hold on, John.
Let
You've
him
been
finish.
motherfucker.
dang,
Jar,
I
that's
can't
that's
get through. I
You've been
can't finish a
like a
statement,
motherfucker.
yo.
Jar,
Hey,
that's kind of tough though.
I'm just saying,
Kind of
that
tough
was
though.
crazy, Job. You already know that sounded crazy today. He is.
Look how long. No, but look how long. Look
He
how
was like,
long
Bill,
Bill.
hey.
I've been
It's
quiet.
just. It's just.
I've been
Come
quiet.
on, yo.
Oh,
I
oh,
can't
oh.
never say nothing that
Man,
I'm
that's
saying,
like saying
yo.
the earth is flat, man. That's a tough one.
I'm
Yeah,
just
that
saying,
was
bro.
tougher than Taz. Go ahead.
No,
I've been fucking with you all day. I'm behind you, bro. You've been cooking like a motherfucker. The possibly you no, that is listen.
no. Listen, let me say what I said though. I feel with y'all. I knew, like, I'm not
You said it
surprised
was
by
gonna be
that reaction.
controversial, nigga. Keep on
Right,
speaking.
right. So I'm
Sure.
saying the reason why I said possibly is because like only if Bill character is like, but Bill been in this boxing game for a minute now. He been
You
raising
know
his son up.
right? You do know Derek. You
He
do know
been
Derek.
raising.
No,
You
no, no.
said what? I
You know
can't hear.
Derek. Derek is a fighter. Derek James
All right,
fought.
all right, okay, all right. So I'm gonna say Derek James probably know more about boxing than him, right? But that don't mean in the corner that he's better at giving instructions. To me, Bill
I
Haney could
totally
keep
disagree with that,
to
brother.
to me. Hold on, let me finish though. To me,
You coming in next, though?
Bill Haney could keep his fighter, which is Devin. He could keep him focused. He could keep him calm, and that's the most important part. Like, cause at this point fighters like Devin Haney know what to do in the ring. So
Hey,
it's
hold
all
on,
about
hold
keeping it.
That's
Hold
his
on, I'm not
son.
done.
That's his
I'm not
son.
done. Hold
Let me
on,
say this.
y'all. I'm
Hold on,
not
wait.
done, y'all. Let me finish before you.
All
You
right,
know what I'm saying?
wrap it up, bro.
And then, all right, I'm gonna wrap it up. Appreciate you telling me that. So look. So that's the most important to me in the corner because I fought is keeping your fighter mentally focused in the fight. And then of course you should be able to do more than that. But I feel like Derek James in the corner, all he could do is the same thing that they worked on something before the fight. It ain't gonna be no different instructions, and it's gonna be kind of like all right, like where's you like Derek James don't got no creativity to his. It's more so robotic to me. I feel like
Okay.
Bill Haney a better cornerman than him.
Okay, hold on.
I,
Before
I,
okay, hold on now. I just want to say this. I just want to say this. Yes, Bill Haney has Dev, who is undisputed, and two different. All right, Derek James had to deal with Earl Spence and Jermell Charlo, outside of other fighters as well. Derek James has an impressive resume, bro, that we just can't like throw to the side. You talking about undisputed Jermell Charlo? He was that's the head trainer, Derek James. Earl Spence collecting all them belts like before Bud got to him and did what he did. Let's not act like Earl was stepping on motherfuckers, man, and shit like that. Derek James. So like, I mean, Derek ain't the best, but like to discredit him by talking about Bill Haney, that's like some Jake Paul shit.
Facts. But Derek James took Errol Spence from the amateurs, man, growing up since he was a youngin. That what you looking at, Devin Haney, that ain't a product of Bill Haney. That's a product of Floyd Mayweather Sr., Yo Judah, Roy Jones, and everybody else you can think of.
Like anybody like, and we talk about like Derek James, you call him robotic, no creativity. He got Jermell after Jermell got mad at
Ronnie Shields.
because Ronnie Shields said you're not a knockout puncher. Derek brought him over there, and he like hate to say it, not trying to go at him, but he was knocking niggas the fuck out. So and he felt a certain way with over there with Derek James and what's the Mexican guy name? I don't want to disrespect him either.
You talking about for Jamil Charlo?
Yeah.
You he's not Mexican. You're talking about damn,
Derek James is a celebrity trainer, man, and Bill Haney brought his son up from scratch.
God almighty, man. How can you tell these lies, brother? This man did not train his son from scratch, brother. Bill Haney didn't train his son, man.
He's crazy if he didn't.
He didn't train this man. Floyd Mayweather Sr. trained that boy, man. What you talking about?
That's Bill putting him in there with. That's
bro,
Bill doing.
You making false statements, though, dog. You making false statements, man.
Derek a
just because I took my son to the gym and hooked him up with a great trainer, don't mean that I trained him.
And my son still undefeated.
I will say this: in the fight where they pit each other's skill head to head, before they went to the video, they cut to the scene of the fighters preparing to go to the ring. In one, you saw Dev and Bill doing what they do, getting ready to warm up to go in there. The other, you saw them specifically working on something that could be implemented in the fight. I think P. Hunter said that the thing is he forgot who he was and fought the wrong fight. I think that what you saw them working on in that scene before they went to the ring was him timing the jab, beating the jab to make them come with a different game plan.
Right.
To make them change up their game.
Let me say this real quick.
Let him finish, dog. He could.
Joan Guzman. That's the Jamil's
Juan Guzman. B3.
My bad. I'm trying to say it here. Go ahead, Cookie. My bad.
And what T Hill though, and what was Derek James saying to Earl, to Frank Martin, to Alicia Baumgardner in they fights? The same. More jabs. Like
that's
what?
good. That's good information. What was Bill Haney saying?
Man, that's so
when
easy
he fight with Mayweather, he said,
like,
give him a hard feint and see what he do. Give him a hard feint and see what he do.
Bill,
man, come on,
that's better than saying more jabs. Look at this. If Bill would have told Devin more jabs, then that would have gave Ryan more opportunity to time that damn jab.
Are we
Like,
really
Let me
going?
tell.
Are we really
Let me tell. Let
debating
me
this?
tell. Let me
Hold
say
on, can
come
something
I, can
real
I
on,
say
quick.
man.
something? Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead, go ahead, big dog.
Are we really debating this? Come on, man.
I just want to say something real quick.
Derrick James,
Yeah,
and
man,
Barry
because they
James, and
throwing
what's his
Bill
name?
under the bus, man.
No, it's not about throwing
This
Bill in
this
the best,
this the
but Derrick
same
James
dude
is
that
a
said Tank.
better
You debate with
trainer.
the you
It's not.
debate with the same.
You think that I'm supposed to be hating on Devin because I mess with Tank?
What?
No, you do. I'm
That's
saying this the same dude that said Tank Davis could beat Anthony Joshua. That's who you arguing with right now, man. So
Who
I
said
mean,
that?
real
Who said
talk,
that?
bro.
hey, you not
That's what
Big
Josh
dog,
said
don't laugh. That's
yesterday.
funny.
That's who you debating with right
hey,
now, bro.
you a
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
non-believer.
Leave
You a
y'all alone, man.
non-believer.
Leave y'all alone, dog. Let
That's
You a
y'all
not. That's
be.
not a
non-believer.
non-believer. Okay.
You is. Bud came up and beat Canelo.
No, you.
all right, man.
Bud came up and beat
Okay,
Canelo.
now, hold on. I just want to say.
Beat
I want to say
Goliath.
one thing. I just want to
David
say
beat Goliath.
one thing. I just want to say one thing real quick. If you look at the scene, you look at the scene before the Ryan and Devin fight. You seen in Devin's locker room. You seen the locker room that was out of control, in my opinion. You had too many entourage in there. You had Joe was there talking about. I thought the nigga was dead. I thought the nigga was dead. He nigga dancing in the locker room and came out and got Adrian Bronner, brother. That was the same thing with what AB was doing when he walked out to the ring. Man, you got to take control. You got to kick all them fools out your locker room. But nah, bro, we got to go to war. Y'all need to
What?
go out the locker.
Ryan
Yes,
Ryan didn't
yes. Hold
even make
on, man. Let
weight.
me say something, bro. You have to take control of your locker room. You can't have a whole bunch of distractions in your locker room before a fight, man. Your
Is
mind is
that
not
on
gonna
the
be on
fighter
what
or
you
the
getting
trainer?
ready to. Your mind not gonna be on what you getting ready to do. You distracted, man. Family members, friends, entourage, whatever. Y'all need to leave, brother. We got to go to war in a minute. All
I
this
agree with
goddamn
that.
dancing around and shucking and jiving and all this stuff. Y'all need to get out of the locker room, bro. We got to
I
fight.
agree with that, man.
You can talk to him after the fight.
Ryan didn't make weight. What about the times he turned his back completely? That wasn't Derek James telling him that. So you can't. That's cat. It's only looking at it one way, man. Whole time you just want to see it one way, huh?
Why would Derrick James?
Hey,
Hold
hey,
on,
B3.
hold
Yes,
on. Why
sir.
would Derrick James tell him to turn his back? Derrick James was like, "What the fuck is you doing, turning your
That's
back?"
what I'm saying. You talking about
Exactly.
control? You
Derrick
talking about
James,
control? Derek James ain't had no control for real.
listen,
Man,
So
we
you
talking
re-
about a body.
so
We talking about a body of work. We talking about a body
My
of
mother
work.
could have told Ryan to time the jab. My mother could
We
have
talking about
told Ryan
we
What?
talking
that.
about a body. We talking about a body of work. And
Yeah,
most of the
What
time,
do you bring?
most of the
What do you
yeah,
people
bring?
that
man.
most
Yeah,
of the people
man.
that Devin Haney fought, he didn't even need
Word.
nobody in his corner. You just could have set a goddamn mirror up in his corner and had somebody pour some water because that's the level of opposition he was fighting. He was a shoe in.
Same thing.
He's
Same
Oh,
thing
come on now.
same thing with Earl. Until he got the
nah,
bud, he didn't really need nobody in his corner to win them fights.
Nah,
I'm gonna
he
say
nah
That's
nah
no
BS.
nah
Sean Porter. Sean Porter gave him a good
Porter,
scrap.
Porter,
He did the
What's
Porter,
same
and he
crazy
thing
didn't
he
though?
need
did
somebody for
to every
Porter.
other
Hey,
fighter to
B3.
Sean Porter, and he
hey,
You
What's
got
won.
to
crazy?
protect Ja. He's a
he
national
fought
treasure, dog.
Brooks. He
That's
And
just
fought
he
how I
Brooks.
rock.
Yeah, it's
and
good.
he
I got
dropped
you.
Porter.
Can't
Lamont
And
hear.
he dropped Porter.
Hold on,
Lamont
hold on. Let me bring
Peterson. Lamont
BB on. Let me
Peterson.
bring
What is this
BB
guy
on. Go ahead,
talking
hold
BB.
on,
about?
Ja, hold on,
Go
Ja,
ahead,
hold on,
BB.
Ja, hold on, Ja. You was cooking.
No, see,
Hold
I
on,
tell
wait,
B3 this all the
Man,
time. You
John ain't
think?
cooking nothing but some crack on the
Can
stove,
y'all hear
brother.
me?
That man ain't
No,
cooking,
Ja
man.
was cooking.
Stop.
This one right here, though, he turned the fire up too high.
let me say this, because
Southpaw salute, fam.
hold on, let me say this, because I've been around a few times. Ja, you was cooking earlier, but now you smoking that weed with leak on it right now, bro.
I can't believe we gave him a moment of silence for to say
Hey,
that
bro,
trash
hold on,
statement.
let me say this.
That trash statement, and
Ja, you
everybody got
smoking weed.
silent for that.
Yeah, bro,
Hey,
you
let me ask you a
smoking
question,
weed,
Joe.
bro. You was tripping right now talking about, like, bro, you do know Earl Spence was losing that fight to Kell Brook before he stopped him, right?
Earl
sure
did the
was.
same thing. Earl
Whoa,
did the
whoa,
same thing.
whoa, whoa,
This
whoa.
what I know.
Question,
Earl
no,
did the same thing he
You
do
asked your
every
question.
fight, and then when he got the
no,
bud,
Ja,
then
answer
he
the
got
question.
demolished.
Ja,
Earl
answer the
did the same thing he do at every
question.
other fight. Then when he got to bud, then he got demolished. And Derek
Okay.
James was nowhere to be found in that
Yo,
Brother,
corner.
all time
So
great. I mean,
stop.
what are you
Stop
talking about?
playing.
Nah,
We talk
he's
yo,
about
saying
that
let
Derek
me say
James
this
was
real quick.
nowhere to
Man,
be found in that
this
corner.
man
That's
talking
what we
about
talking
Bill
about.
Haney.
Hold
Bill
on. Let me say
Haney.
And
this
hold,
real quick.
I got something
Bill
on Bill
Haney.
Haney.
I'm
You know
saying
what's
Bill
Good
crazy?
Haney
job.
good for his
Hold on, we
son in
gotta
that
talk one at a
corner.
time. Hold
That's
on,
what I'm
BBL,
saying. I'm
BBL, go ahead,
saying Bill
BBL.
good for
I
his
could rock
son.
with that. I could rock with that job,
Man, I wouldn't let Bill Haney train my dog, man. What you talking about? Goddamn
but to
boxing,
say
man.
he a
And
better trainer
your dog
than
will never be a world champion. Your dog will never be a world champion.
He stole from every goddamn trainer he
Think
ever.
about brother
Nate
Josh.
Jones,
They don't
Shakur,
cut your dog tail off without his
Stevenson,
permission.
Hey,
Coach Eddie.
BBL,
If you want your pointer to be on point, Nicky, you better put him in there
Josh been
with
cooking, man.
Bill Haney.
They gonna cut your dog tail off without his permission. That's what they gonna
Listen,
do
man.
to your
Salute
dog.
Billy. Salute the
Give
Billy
son
brother,
on
man.
Bill Haney, man. Right. So in all them easy fights, it could look like
Hey,
you
Bill
coaching
Haney
good.
didn't want to go to the bathroom with my man,
Hold on, check it out. Then.
with my
I
man
want to get this one
Bernard.
off, man.
Bernard
Hey,
was about to
you know
give him
what's
that
funny though,
dirty
man?
work.
When you hear this
I
I
conversation,
wouldn't want to go
got
to the bathroom with Bernard either, though. Smart move, Bill.
Nah, don't run your
listen.
mouth though. Nah, don't run
They
your
don't
mouth.
hear you.
And when
They
you
can't hear
see
you,
a nigga,
BBL.
it's hold on. Nah, I
hey,
mean,
Pop, you never been in a fight in your life, man. Stop it.
Hey,
nah,
hey, let BBO cook, but I gotta
Stop
say
it, man.
this.
You ain't been in a
Hey,
fight in your
hey,
whole
B
life.
Oh
three,
God.
you gotta
Stop it.
protect Ja. That ninja is a national treasure, bro.
BBO.
Pop, you probably get
Or
beat to
Well,
deaf, man. Get
I
out of here.
appreciate that. I
Hey,
appreciate that, man.
wait, BBO. I get that you push niggas around for money, but I
hold
You
promise
know
on,
you,
what's
Josh.
funny? I'll grab you by the throat,
hold
Pop.
on,
Stop
wait,
it, man. Stop it.
come on,
Whoa.
hold
But
on,
I'll say this. I'll say this. I'll say this.
Now don't be a Negro, be my nigga. All right, help me out.
I'll
You
punch
get
your niggas.
crazy
Man,
My
texts.
no, come,
motherfuckers.
come
Here's what
on,
you
man.
get.
Yo,
He just said Derek James ain't a better trainer than Bill Haney. You got to be on crack.
Not a better
you
trainer,
so
a
you
cornerman.
so
I don't think he a
BBO,
better cornerman than Bill Haney.
BBO. You've been around the United States, not around the world. United States, not fucking with you. But you do know that these niggas be smoking weed with Leak in Baltimore, bro. You gotta know this shit.
I mean, with a man like Ja, he must have too much of them
Uh,
damn crab chips, man. Because everything he's saying is bullshit.
I
You gotta
love
Mm.
look at
crab
something.
tip.
You gotta look at something else too. Hold on, I gotta get this one off, man. You gotta
Okay,
look
coach.
at when it counts. In
Is that my
two
man
fights,
Cuban Tommy hanging out with the brothers again?
yeah,
Yeah,
man. You know,
when it count.
my man.
Where he was at
Check
when
it out.
Let,
Bud
let
was.
coach cook. Let him cook, Josh.
Check it out. I'm gonna tell you when it count, though. I'm gonna tell you when it count. When Loma was giving Haney all hell, Haney was in that corner frantic, panicking. When Ryan Garcia was beating his ass, he was in the corner panicking, like he didn't know what to do. You could tell he was mentally rattled. Haney and Bill Haney had nothing for him. Couldn't settle him down. Didn't give him a winning strategy. He squeaked by along. Like he tried. He's
You know what
great.
that's like, Cuban Tommy? That's
He
like when you get your store and I show up at your cell before you put your stuff away. You're gonna
Nah,
be frantic
man.
too.
Hold on. So hold on.
Nah,
Let me just say
man.
this real quick.
Devin
Nah,
won
Josh.
that
Nah,
fight
Josh.
against Loma, and then with
Yeah.
Ryan, Devin finished. He finished that fight better than he started that fight with Ryan.
Man, his father should have stopped that fight. His father don't really
Nah,
love him. He was about to let that boy get killed.
That
I
ain't
mean,
Damn
he
near
true,
was
died.
Cuban.
winning.
Stop
He
it.
was winning a lot of rounds. He didn't. I mean, come on. That was a.
He won
He
the
tried to
rounds,
run.
Ryan.
But let me ask you this though, Coach.
Derek wouldn't have stopped it.
Are
He would
you
have been
are you
like,
of the
more
opinion like Coach
jabs.
Eddie? Are you of the opinion like Coach Eddie that Devin is that great of a fighter? He don't really need a trainer
Well, I'm not gonna say he don't need a trainer.
against these certain level of opposition. That's what Coach was saying. He said based on these fighters that Devin is fighting, Bill is not really an asset to Devin. Now, I'm feeling like Bill should get some form of credit, but it's looked like that Devin Haney is such a great fighter that people assume that Bill is like almost a subtraction more than an addition.
He's a
I
he's
said
a glorified he's a water boy and a bucket boy. Cause the way
Bill
that
Haney.
he be some of that stuff he be saying don't make no sense. Come out hard, give him a hard feint and see what he do. That man, what? Give him a hard feint and see what he do. Man, what kind? Man, get out my face, with that trash, man. Give him a hard feint. Give him a hard feint. See what he do, Dev. Come around back. Man, that man don't be saying nothing in the corner, man. That man don't be
Listen, man.
saying nothing in the corner, man.
As far
See,
as
I could take something from what he said. Like when you feint somebody, you see what they do. Like what you mean? He wants to see
Man,
what like
Bill,
Ryan gonna do,
let me
so
tell you something.
he can
Let me tell you something.
capitalize on it.
Hey, Jaw, you are reaching. You are reaching, Jaw. You're
Bill
gonna be
Haney
taking
can't
far.
pull.
No,
Bill
man.
can't pull
What
nothing
you
out the
mean
fire.
reaching?
You
He
are
can't
reaching
pull.
hard for this man.
No, I'm
I'm
not
gonna
though. I'm just
tell you the
not
difference.
hating on him. I'm just not
They're
hating
not hating, it's called reaching.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you the difference between a corner man. A corner man not only can train you, he can actually fix your cuts. He can get your nose to stop bleeding. He can get you to sell. He can do all that by himself if he needed to. Bill ain't on that, bro. Bill's not on that. Bill panicked just like Devin did. That's your son, bro. When you in there with your son getting the life beat out of him, bro, you in panic mode, man, and it showed. And Bill didn't take Devin from ground zero. Bill can't take no fighter from ground zero by himself with no help at all and train him up.
Nobody
They,
does
they,
Hey
they-
that though.
Sergio, salute.
Everybody
That was
get
just
help with their
OD.
fighters. Everybody get help
9-3
with their
salute.
fighters. And
well,
and
what
Bill is
about
not the
Mike
only.
Stafford? What about Mike
But
Stafford?
look.
Mike Stafford's
Bill
a
is
better
not.
trainer than Bill Haney. He's a way
Look,
better
Bill.
trainer than Bill Haney. A 10
Overall
times better
trainer.
trainer than Bill Haney.
Overall trainer, Derek James probably better than Bill Haney, but in that corner, nah. And then Bill ain't the only father in his son corner though, but he the most successful father in his son corner.
I'm confused what you're trying to say, man.
Hold on. More
You
successful
could
right
say
now or
you
more
confused
successful
all
over
day,
time?
like,
I
and
know because
you
I don't
really
understand what you're trying to
confused,
say.
Ask
and
him
you was
what's your
really
what
confused, you'll be trying to find out instead
No,
of just
no,
saying you confused. Like, you
I've been
always
letting you.
confused, man.
No, I've been letting you be running. I let you been running around with this conversation the whole time. You will say that Bill Haynes buried Eddie Futch. This is how bad you're sounding right now. You
See, I'm
know,
confused why you saying stuff that I ain't say, and
I said this is how
I'm
you
not a
sounding.
person.
This is how
I'm
you
not
sounding.
afraid to say.
You know,
I'm
I
not
said this is
afraid
how
to
you're
say
sounding.
whatever I want to say,
I
though.
know. No, nobody say you're afraid. This is how you sounding
Yeah,
right
you be
now.
saying some crazy
No,
stuff
I'm
and you be
being
saying some
sarcastic.
catless
Like,
stuff.
what is you talking
Jesus
about?
Christ.
No, I'm not talking about Eddie Futch. I was saying
Oh,
Derek James in the corner, specifically in that corner, giving instructions. And I'm speaking from a fighter's perspective. Go more. We need more jabs. We need more jabs. Go to the body.
That's
Go to the
great
body.
information. The jab is the most
That's
important punch
nothing,
in
man.
boxing.
That's
No, it is.
you
It is.
don't.
So
You
that just
gotta really
show
be
how
able to
limited you
know.
are. If you don't
No,
understand how important the jab is, the jab
you
is at
gotta.
the table on everything,
I
man.
it show how
What are
limited
you?
you are if you don't
No,
know
you show how
how to
limited you
feint.
are.
If you
You
don't
said
know what
somebody
a
tell you
feint
throw more,
is,
to throw more.
you don't.
What? I don't know what a
No,
feint
it
is.
show.
Man,
Go
please, man.
ahead. You said that right, and back at you because you said, "Oh, he told his fighter to throw a hard feint and see what he do." That's great advice. What the hell are you talking about? That's not good advice.
Bro, you are a master. You got a
Somebody
PhD in
refill
bull
Sergio
jive,
some
man. That's
juice,
what you
Bill.
got, bro. PhD in bull jive, man. I ain't
Great. That's
believing nothing
great.
you say,
What's the
brother.
point? So should a fighter not throw a feint?
The jab is the most important thing in boxing, man.
Right.
Period.
You can't answer it. You can't answer that.
Man, I'm not finna
Throwing
entertain your nonsense, Job.
throwing
I'm
feints
not
is
going down
good.
these rabbit holes with you, man.
Sometimes you could
That's what
feint a
you do at
jab.
home, bro.
I got a question for
Sometimes you could
Ja.
I
feint a
don't know what
jab.
you, I don't know what you doing,
You
man. I'm
don't
not
want to
doing this
hear
with
it.
you, bro.
Ja,
I don't
Don't
want to
do
hear
it
it. You're
then.
exactly right. I don't
You
want to hear it.
can't do it with me. You can't do it with me.
Ja,
I
I got
don't
a
want
question for
to.
Ja.
I
You're
don't want
not being
to.
solid.
I don't
Ja, I got a
want to.
question for Ja. Ja, you said that Bill Haney's the best father coach of right now, or you saying ever?
I said he's the most successful one. I said he's not
Right
the
now
only
or
one.
ever?
I'm talking about right now, man.
Okay. All right.
And I'm talking about if you tell your fighter to throw a feint and see what they gonna do, that's good advice. I don't know what y'all talking about saying that's not good advice. And then when I ask you that and you can't say nothing to it, you talking about the jab is like I ain't debating if a jab is important or not. What are you talking about?
But
I
you
got
just
you.
dismissed the jab. You said that what kind of information is that? You said what kind of information is that to tell your fighter to throw more
I
jabs? That's
literally
what you
didn't
said.
dismiss the
That's what
jab.
you
What
said,
I'm
Job. That's
saying
great
is
information, brother.
you can't listen. This is what I'm saying about Derek James. All I hear him in the corner talking about throw the jab, more body. It's no context with it. You could tell a fighter throw the jab and he get his ass countered and get slept. He not that good in the corner. He overrated. Celebrity coach.
Hold on.
You know,
So
if you want to comparison,
hold on.
yeah,
So when Bud was fighting, when Bud and Spence was fighting, and Derek was like, "Yo, get your head off the line. You need to." He was like, "Get your head off the line. Change your angle. All that didn't matter."
everything matters. If you this is ideal for me with Earl fighting Bud, right? If you just saying somebody just said they should have stopped the fight with Devin and Ryan. Either you should have stopped that fight or telling Earl that. Like you don't have to tell a fighter like Earl get their head out the line. Like that's important though. It just like when he fighting Bud, it should have been more context to the whole fight than just simple instruct you.
You
That's the
can't have a
basics.
whole
That's
that's
the
how I know you don't know
basics.
what you're talking about,
That's
man.
the
No,
basics.
you cannot
No,
have a whole
man,
training
like you
camp
trying to
in
cut
30
me
seconds
off.
in the corner, man. No, you trying to have a training
That's what
camp.
I'm
You
saying.
trying to have
No,
a
I'm not.
dialogue with that. You don't know
Listen,
what
you
you're
don't
talking
know
about,
what I'm
dog.
trying to say. You just want to cut me off and say I don't know what I'm talking about. But look, this is what I'm saying.
You been
If
dominating the
you
conversation
don't
with some
have to,
bull jive, brother. You won't let nobody
man,
talk. You been jiving the whole time, man.
y'all say the same thing every time y'all talk, just to sound politically correct, man.
Bro, go back and
And
listen to the podcast and listen to yourself, man. I
how
encourage you to
many,
do that.
why? What's your crit? Why don't you just tell me your
So
criticism
you
of
can
me?
hear some
Hella
foolishness.
salute.
All right, so I what I'm gonna hear is somebody trying to call me a fool, right? But that can't be quiet while I'm talking and wait their turn to talk.
Job,
Respectfully,
it's
you've been
always your
talking for a
turn,
long
Job.
time.
It's
You've been
always
talking
your
for a long
time,
time.
Job. You
All right,
never shut
thank
up.
you. Go your turn now. Go ahead.
Hey, salute to my brother John. You know what I'm saying? We working. Hey,
I
salute to
got
Taylor
you.
for
I
the night.
got you. The jab is very important. And the key to the fight. The jab is the most important. You don't know. You don't know. Like how many world champions you got, man? If you got a fighter, do you even listen to what the fighter going through, or you just keep telling them the same robotic bullshit?
I'm gonna ask you this question, man. I'm gonna ask anybody this question because I think there's a more realistic comparison when you talk about corner instruction. Who's better, Bill Haney or Crazy Angel Garcia? Now, right there, you can make an argument, but against James, come on, man, you beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
That's a tough one, man. Yeah, that's tough. You can't. Derrick James was a fighter too, a good fighter. Come on, man. Yeah.
Hey, this was
I got
listen, salute to my brother John. Go ahead, coach. You about to say something? Cook.
now. I just got a
Nah, man.
question.
No, Coach
I'm
Tommy, go
just
ahead,
here,
Coach
brother.
Tommy.
Now I just got a question, man. I just want to know. Totally off the subject. If anybody got thoughts on this, how much of a threat is Janabek against Terrence Crawford? To me, I'll tell you. To me, Bud Crawford that's my man, number one favorite fighter, best in the game. But I gotta be realistic. Janabek is big 160, and he got one advantage on Bud that nobody ever had on Bud. He got a reach advantage. Bud always had the reach against anybody he fought. Everybody. Tell me one fighter who had the reach advantage on Bud. I don't think it exists. This would be the first time he would go in there with somebody who's not only taller, got a better reach, and Janabek is good, man. Some people believe that, some people don't. I believe he's good, man. What is
Boxing
Janet gonna
IQ.
beat Laura?
Boxing
right? He's good.
IQ. Boxing
He's
IQ. I give Bud just on boxing IQ alone.
Over Janet, easy work.
Yes. It was just, I wouldn't say easy, but in terms of winning, boxing IQ, just Bud boxing IQ is just it's up there, and Janet Beck's not there yet, or it might ever not be there. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Mm. You're not
Now,
alone in that. A lot of people feel that way.
I was watching Janabek fights. I
Salute,
was watching
Just.
a few fights, and some of the things he does good. He knows when to step in. He knows when to stay out. He knows how to use his reach. He knows how to use his height. He got angles. I don't know. He passed the eye test for me. You know what I'm saying? He don't got a resume, but he hasn't struggled with a half-ass fighter. Like he's clearly the dude's good, man. I don't know. I'm excited for the fight.
No, I think it's gonna be a great fight. Now, with that being said, let me ask y'all this, right? Let me pivot. Uh, with this fight is not happening, right? Jake versus AJ. Is this fight gonna happen, big dog? Or you feel like that was just news for today?
That was just a tanking. I don't know this fight. I don't even care no more. Only reason why I care, 'cause I like to fuck with the tanking maniacs. But I don't even care. I mean, it's not going. It's not. It's going to be a fake fight too. I mean, AJ's gigantic.
Yeah, he is. And just said Janabek bigger than Bivol is crazy. Yeah, just we was talking about your guy earlier, man, Shakur. Hey, listen, I'm excited for the matchup with Tio. I think that's gonna be one of the best fights of 2026. And
Ah,
go ahead, cook
ah,
on it. Go ahead, cook Piana.
I don't think so. They both of them are counter punches. Now, Tio may try to press the issue because he probably thinks Shakur ain't got no pop. But if Shakur got pop, I guarantee you, Tio is going to be. They're going to be looking at each other, trying to figure out who's going to do what. It's going to be way too well, definitely too technical for a person like me. But I think it's just going to be a slow, drawn out fight because neither one's going to want to commit to banging out.
That's if Teal make it to the fight. That's my whole thing.
That's a whole other subject.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tio put that. It's unfortunate, but he put that kind of trepidation in the people. But I'm just like, if the reports were true that he was getting offered 12 million to fight Devin, what is he getting paid to fight Shakur? That's crazy.
Probably less.
Yeah.
I think he done turned down so much bread, turned down so many opportunities. They probably just you keep doing that, eventually it's going to just start lowballing. Your money is going to keep going down. You think it's going to go the other way, but it's not, because what happens is the sport just moves on without you. And instead of you getting that 12 million, now they're going to offer you 7 because your bill's been rolling in, your bank account is getting shorter and shorter. So they can see boxing can afford to wait out any fighter. Boxing don't need nobody. Boxing needs no fighter at all whatsoever. They just wait you out till you become irrelevant, and they'll just replace you with somebody else. It always happens like that. You sitting there waiting, holding out, and then you just get passed by, and then you become irrelevant. Then you become like Charlo, a guy who's you're an afterthought. If you're not fighting, you will become an afterthought.
That's true.
Let me ask you, Coach. Let me ask you this, Coach. And I always say this, and people get upset people get upset with me when I say this. But a fighter like Shakur, who's very defensive minded, people really don't like to see him fight. If he loses, how far do you think his stock drops compared to somebody like, I don't want to say Tank is a knockout artist, but somebody who knocks people out, but they're not a knockout artist, but they make a fight, making it more of exciting, like a pit bull, a pit bull.
So you could even say Nadula Mason if you want to do that. This kid is
he's so young. I ain't want to say him, but like a pit bull, if I just see Shakur's stock dropping so much if he takes a loss that it's going to be hard for him to recover.
It's kind of like what Brian Norman was saying. People ready to get past Floyd. Floyd had his day. He came and he went. People are ready to move past that.
But let me say this. I agree, Coach, but the situation is this. Shakur Stevenson is perceived as the best pure boxer of the generation. Now, whether or not, people want to see him fight, I think that's false. I disagree completely because every time he's fighting, anytime he's in any controversy is big news. The only down times in Shakur's cycle or his media cycle is when he's not fighting. But any other time, anything he says, anything he does is huge news. And I think his numbers actually reflect that. He's done very well on linear television. Now the zone is even backing him. They pay for this a pay to fight, right? Because they knew that was a big fight. And then he's also going to get another opportunity to fight Teofimo. So I believe he's a pay-per-view attraction, in my opinion. Now, whether or not, because that's what I'm saying. I believe he's a pay-per-view, and I think this is 100% a pay-per-view fight because of Teofimo and Shakur, the matchup. What other fights are we getting where multiple lineal guys is fighting? Young guys in their prime. So this is not worthy of it. Then
we just got Bud and Canelo. That wasn't on pay-per-view.
They had a financier though. They had a financier.
Yeah, well,
So
didn't
I
Turkey
mean,
finance that?
I don't know who finances. I know it wasn't on
This is
pay per
gonna be
view.
on the zone, so this is probably gonna be included in like your the zone subscription.
Yeah, and that's what they're trying to do. They got it priced at a point was like 19.99 or something for the regular subscription. For another $25, you get all the pay per views. So most people that are boxing fans are probably going to go ahead and spring for that. You know,
But see,
because like
that's I'm sorry,
Absolutely.
coach. But see, that's my whole thing. I'm always looking at it from a point of view because I'm always looking at the point of view of okay, well, it's fine for hardcore boxing fans because they like this fight. But I'm saying when it comes to casual fans who really drive boxing, I mean, hardcore fans are just like a strong foundation, but casual fans make boxing what it is. It's been like that forever, and that's all I'm saying. I don't know if Shakur has enough casual fan abilities in my mind to warrant him saying, well, to just being able to take a loss and get back up and be like, and people be like, yeah, we want to see Shakur fight again. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, that's a great point because that Bud fight that was a Bud Canelo that was a casual fan, and when I say casuals, when you're bringing out movie stars and actors and actresses, they're not hardcore boxing fans. They more just want to be seen at the event more than anything. Like Tank, when he fights, people want to be at the event. They're not necessarily showing. Yeah, they showing up for the to see Tank knock the guy out, but you want to say, hey, I went to a Tank fight. That's like on some people's bucket list. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I was in the house when Tank fought X, Y, and Z. Now, I think the best fight in boxing, well, one of the best fight is Tank versus Shakur. That right there, that's a huge fight. I hope we get it. You know what I'm saying? I think that fight is definitely pay per view. Uh, Tank versus Shakur is a fight that people been waiting for a long time. It's over marinated. It's a fight that's been in the making a very long time, and now we can go ahead and end the dispute to see who's the best. Not only that, maybe we can get 2 or 3 fights out the deal, man. That's what I want to see. I want to see the reemergence of trilogies or rematches. See these guys, if it's a good fight, run it back.
One thousand
Tank doing
percent.
Tank when he run back and road. She definitely wouldn't run it back after Shakur outclassed him. And I just want to say one thing on this thing with the casual fans and all that. I'm not saying that. I heard someone else say this, but I tend to agree with it. They looked at the UFC as a model. The UFC didn't cater to casual fans. They catered to the hardcore fans, and because they catered to the hardcore fans, they got such exciting fights, even match fights, that the casual fans jumped on board. You know what I'm saying? To the point where it became almost as big as boxing. I think boxing need to do that. Forget the casual fans. Fuck the casual fans. Or suited person on your line, P3. Just put together the most competitive fights, and the casuals will come. Serve your boxing hardcore. You know what I'm saying? And the casuals will come because the fights are going to be more competitive. They're going to be more exciting. Yeah, you got the big Tank and Shakur matchup. The whole world to watch that. That's a whole different animal. But yeah, just make competitive fights, man, and watch everything build on that.
But I'm not, and I agree with what you just said. But at the same time, these guys, when they do make these matchups, they got to put on, man.
Right.
You know, they can't
Yeah,
get in there and lay an egg, man. Because you're saying your sport is on right now, has a spotlight on it. You're saying that this is the best of the best that your sport has to offer, and they get in there and they lay an egg on a dud of a performance like the Mayweather Pacquiao. That fight was so highly anticipated, and then when they got there and the fight was lackluster, it didn't live up to the expectations. So that's what it is.
Let me let
Go
me
ahead,
jump
bro.
let me jump in. My bad, coach. Cause I gotta say this, the coach, Tommy. Now we know Tank, he was scheduled to do the rematch with Lamont. It was supposed to be like August 16th or something like that. But then of course, he had the out of the ring incident that canceled that fight. So I do believe, Tank was gonna give us the rematch. He was, that was kind of already about to take place. Now, let me ask you this though, coach. I'm gonna ask you this and pivot this way. Uh what do you want to see? What do you want to see next from uh Tank as far as his boxing career? Do you feel like it's time that he should step away from the sport, maybe take some time to for himself and his family? What's your thoughts on it? Or do you feel like it's really best to him to stay active because, like you say, what Errol Spencer tell us, you know, once you separate from the sport, them paydays might not be the same years later. You got to get it while the iron is hot. What's your thoughts on that for Tank in 2026? Do you think we get these top matchups?
I think he need to get back with Coach Calvin, man, and they need to whatever they got going on between them two. Like I say, it's a father son dynamic. So a lot of times the sons and the fathers they'll start bumping heads at a certain age. That's what I think. Tank is at home in the gym. You know, I think that the longer he stays away from the sport, the less likely it is for him to come back. Because you know, you start getting happy, you start getting comfortable, you start picking up weight, you start doing everything. You become a civilian. That's what happens, man. You become civilized, and then it gives you time to think too. Your mind gets clear, which you know that's a good thing at the same time. But like I say, Tank he really could do what he want to do. The man made a ton of money, man. I'm pretty sure he got made some smart investments. If he wants to come back, fine. I would like to see. I think he's young. I would like to see him come back. I think he has a lot to offer. You know, the sport, but he don't have to. But you know, it always be that question in his mind. With man, what you know, what if you know? But you know, he doesn't owe the fans anything. You know what I'm saying? He said himself, he got in the sport to make the money. He didn't come in to try to be the best pound per pound guy or try to collect all these accolades or something. You know what I'm saying? But it's a cool fight. I think he will be leaving a lot of money on the table if he walked away from the sport right now.
I got you
And
right
you
here,
know,
coach.
yeah.
I don't want to be in the scene. I don't want to be seen no more. I don't want that target on my back. I like to lay low and like chill for the most part. Another thing about fighters, they wanted to box, or their father made them box. I had to box. I had to get myself out of my situation. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was coming to, I didn't say I'm gonna be this champion. Yeah, undisputed champion. Nigga, I was saying I need to get money.
Yeah, so you gotta do his best. Even with Andre Ward, people were like, "Man, this dude walked away from the sport. What was it, 32 or
Yep.
something like that,
Yeah, something
or
like that.
34?" And people
Nah,
were
he
like,
was
"Man,
younger
what
than
are you
34. He was younger than
like? What are
34.
you doing, man? You walking away in the prime of your career. You're leaving so much money on the table." But you know, he knows best. He knows what's best for him, so he walked away from the sport. He didn't come back. So I think if Tank walks away from the sport, I don't think he come. I don't think he's coming back.
This is my thing. This is why I even speak like this because we don't know. Nobody else cares about the next man's mental health. You know what he gonna, how is he gonna, take care of his family and his kids, and how is he gonna build them up and raise them? Because having like that emotional connection, being present with your family, that's more important. That's as far as raising a family than just having money, right? Because you can have money, but if you have the wrong mentality, uh, respectfully, your family may not go in the right direction. So I think the value in making sure that you do always progress in life, right? And I think that's the big thing is making sure that whatever you're doing for yourself and your family is to uplift and Tank. And what this is what I want to say real quick about a job. I feel like this is more so a job for Tank.
Yeah.
And we know everybody knows when on a job can get stale. A job can get annoying, and a lot of times you'll want to separate and find a new job. Tank can't do that. This is his career. This is his life's work. So I think that's the thing when he was talking about separating himself from the sport for his family, for his daughters, that's kind of pulling at him because respectfully the hamster wheel that a lot of us on, when we get in that job, when we get in that cycle, we have to continue to push the machine so that we can still reap the benefits financially for not just us, our family, other people's families. They're counting on Tank to be available to perform. So I don't know. I really brought that up because you came back in. Jock, cook on it a little bit for us. Like, what do you want to see next out of Tank?
First, I just wanted to speak for myself. Like, don't nobody get me twisted. I got respect for everybody. up here. I don't even really know none of y'all like that. So don't get it twisted though. If you open up the door though, I'm not gonna be passive. But I have been accused of dominating conversations or whatever, so I ain't got no issue. But
Brother, you doing everything you supposed to do. You
I got
communicating.
respect for
You
anybody
good.
up here, especially the
Yeah.
OGs. Like I know it probably be taking a little bit harder.
Nah, you say
Um,
you're controversial. You're not disrespectful. So
no
you
doubt.
getting the thoughts going. Ain't
But
nobody feels disrespected. You good, bro.
with Tank, I mean, I would love for him to keep fighting and stuff, but like, he got to come first. At the end of the day, shit. I'm from Baltimore, like, and a time in my life, I grew up with Tank or whatever. Shit, I'm happy from what he already done did. That's a big deal. You don't have to have no regrets. But like as a fighter, I believe in him. I think it is just a job though for him, like y'all saying. I feel like he wouldn't choose boxing if he had all the choices he could have, what he would do as a craft in life. I think boxing will probably be the last thing.
Hmm.
A lot of the best fighters in the world, you don't hear about them and stuff like that, but they have to fight. It ain't because they want to fight. It's just because they have to fight and they know what they're doing. Take a natural with it.
One
A
thousand
lot of these
percent.
other fighters, they've been spoon fed boxing. So you never going to get them throwback fighters like back in the day. Tank not one of them.
AB salute, blue salute. Now I mean everything you said is right on the mark. And I think it's a little back. Somebody got a little background, but I was just gonna say a lot of times it's hard for people to kind of separate that because they compete in the sport. But if you just gotta see and be honest. And it's not. I don't think it's hate or disrespect. It's just like you saying, stay in the facts. You know.
But if Tank do come back, I want to see Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny in the corner. I don't want to see nobody else, man.
That's without question. But
Yeah, you
well,
know.
here's the thing. There was a well. Let me say this, Coach, because I hear your point, and I want to bring Jai on that. What is your take on Barry Hunt? I know Coach Barry. He's been around Tank for years since the amateur days. Um, and I know he has a love and a relationship for Coach Barry. Do you feel like that's an issue, Jai, in your opinion?
No, like for me, this what I look at it as. Like Tank is he's a source for a lot of people. So as much as he said like in the media, he said he don't want to lose and stuff like that. I don't think losing for him, losing a boxing match is the end of the world like it might be for some of these other fighters. And I think Barry is somebody that Tank grew up with and that's what he wanted for this fight. And he was more, I feel like for the Lamont Roach fight, even picking Lamont Roach, and if you really pay attention to him, it was looking like he just wanted to enjoy himself doing what he do more than anything else. Even when he was fighting, he lost track of time. Like they was in a 15 rounder or something. Like, nah, this fight about to be over. And he ain't even knowing what round it is and stuff. Like he looked like he was having a good time. Like a lot of people say he was off because they used to seeing him that struggle Tank, the one that going through a whole bunch of shit and is ready to hurt somebody in there. But he looked like in this fight he wanted to have fun. He get to fight somebody he know going to give him competition because he been fighting them since they've been coming up. And Barry is somebody who he grew up with. It's not. I don't think it was an issue at all. I just think that's what the media did with it. But I think it's been over. That's been overhyped to me. But I
Yeah.
would love for Coach Kenny and Coach Calvin to be in this quarter over anybody. Like me personally, Coach Calvin, I would choose him to be in my corner over anybody, even if he wasn't training me the whole training camp. Cause like I'm not trying to have a training camp in the middle of a fight. Like somebody like him is what let me know what a good corner is. Like he gonna see stuff in the moment. It ain't just gonna be we did a training camp and nothing more to say. Like just stick to that
Right.
same training camp, stick to what we did the training camp, stick to that, stick to that. Like in the moment, shit gonna be different. And somebody like him gonna be paying attention to that. And they gonna be like, and Coach Kenny too, like they gonna be saying stuff that's happening in real time and they gonna speak to you about that. If you looking off mentally, they gonna speak to you about that. About time you get to the level, I've been learned that as a kid. By the time you get to that level where people really watching you fighting on TV, you should already be a master boxer as far as knowledge. You know what to do. These is just your support. Like this your actual team in a one man sport, keeping you mentally right and making sure physically you straight and you able.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with Chuck because I think during the Lamont Roach fight, Tank was. I think he was kind of like checked out. I think and he also kind of started. He started. I think after like the sixth or seventh round, he started fighting a little bit stupid. But for the most part, I think he was just. I don't know what. I think he was just checked out.
I'm
And
gonna
maybe
say,
like Josh said, maybe it was he was just like I'm here to fight and that's what it is.
well,
No,
Tank
I ain't
Tank has
saying
some.
that though. I'm saying he looked like he was trying, like checked out could be a way of looking at it though, but like I'm saying it looked like he was trying to get that joy of the boxing back. Cause you know how he been talking. I feel like
Right.
he even picked Lamont Roach because it's like a familiar opponent from back in the day. Like shit, I was
Hometown
having
rivalry
fun
type
back
fight.
then. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I was having fun back then. Let me try to get back to that. Cause this shit not fun no more.
And let me say, and I don't. Tank had out the ring issues going into the fight where he even had to break camp. So that's why I'm saying I think it's made Tank's performance and the outcome of the fight. It kind of is putting Barry in a situation where it makes Barry look like the problem because he was kind of the the spotlight was on him being the trainer for this matchup, right? But Barry not getting in the ring. Tank has to be 100% locked in on the task. So I
Yeah,
think
I
that's really
want
what
to.
it came
I
what it
And
want
came
to dig
down
Tank
to.
into
Tank
Go
something
ahead,
probably
that
Joe.
used to have a bunch of fun with Barry and them. I ain't gonna say nothing after that, but like Tank
Yeah.
back in the day, he probably should be having a ball with them, chilling with Barry and them, all the other fighters. So that's probably why he wanted Barry for this fight, and it's close. Barry might have some inside information or something too.
Look, I was just thinking, like I say, with Calvin and Tank, it's more like a father-son relationship. But like I say, the fathers and son, they bump heads sometimes.
Yeah.
And like they said, that Tank has started back drinking. And a lot of times, when you're an adult, you want to do what you want to do. You don't want to hear somebody telling you, hey, man, you shouldn't be drinking X, Y, Z. You got a fight coming up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear that. You're like, man, I've been working hard, doing all these sit-ups and running and sparring. What I want to have me a beer from time to time, or I want to, have take a shot. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times that's where the fallout comes in when the fighters start making a lot of money. A lot of times they don't want to be listening. They don't want to listen to the trainer, but the trainer be telling them the right information, but they don't want to hear it no more because they the boss. You're like, look, I pay you. You know what I'm saying? Like that same thing happened with Deontay Wilder. He started making all that money. He didn't want to listen to nobody, man. You know what I'm saying? He started calling all the shots. So a lot of times, if somebody telling you something, you just don't want to hear it. So you're gonna gravitate to the person who ain't gonna be giving you all that extra noise. Like even with Floyd Jr. and Floyd Senior, he preferred Uncle Roger because maybe the relationship that Senior and Junior had, it had kind of run its course at the particular time. Same thing with Big Roy and Lil Roy. He wanted Murkison to train him because of the relationship. So I don't know. Sometimes, man, it's hard to get the relationships back on course because it's always going to be a little bit of sometimes, not all the time. It could be some little bit of bitterness or resentment, or maybe like, man, you ain't really doing what I want you to do, and then look what happened. Even with Sean Porter and his dad, they had a kind of misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? because sometimes the fighter just wants to be his own man, and he's tired of all the work, man. Boxing is a lot of work, man. That's all it is work, man. You always working, and somebody always want to take you out. And if you ain't working, you're gonna get got. You know what I'm saying? You got to be doing all your road work, your sit up, your sparring, your running, everything that you do. You torturing yourself to get ready for 36 minutes. So sometimes guys just get tired, man. I mean, fighters, they're human beings, man. They didn't born, with boxing gloves on their hand. They learn how to box, man. So they just a normal person at the end of the day. When they start boxing, you see these fighters, they get fat, they get out of shape. You be seeing it, man. They just normal people. They just learn how to fight.
And
And
aircraft,
some
I'm not saying that Tank needed inside information. Like he probably didn't been in fights with Barry, just or without Coach Calvin, Coach Kenny, and the amateurs with other coaches. So Barry just sound like a familiar person to him anyway.
One
Um,
thousand percent.
and
And
y'all
so
not knowing, probably just looking at it like that's specifically what was going on. But that I believe that do play a factor though, cause I feel like if Coach Calvin was the head coach and Coach Kenny was in the corner, then Tank would have knew what rounds it was when he didn't know what round is it like. Feel like he was like, "What? This the 10th already? I thought this is 7th or something like that."
right.
Cause, but
Yeah.
that's all I'm
He was
saying.
he was just yeah, he was just in there. And that just kind of shows you the amount of rounds box and experience Tank has. You know what I'm saying? He was just in the ring. I don't think he was because he was even saying that he never picked it up. After the fight, he said he didn't do what he was supposed to do to Lamont, to kind of close the show. Because he could have, if he had it, he could have kicked it in gear and, you know, closed the fight out like he normally does, which is, just strong towards the end.
And that
Well,
looked like what OG was just saying too. Like that's probably cause Bro he more lax or whatever.
that's the thing. And they were saying that they didn't believe that Coach Berry had Tank ear to that degree to keep him kind of locked in. And it only takes one time with their favorite fighter, Jock. People don't want to say it, but Tank is the one people most likely to watch. You know how he's the most likely to watch fighter. So everything is gonna be dissected. So if they see any little thing, they're gonna blame you and they're gonna have a problem with you. Same thing with Bill, man. They don't A lot of people feel like Bill uh they gonna put a lot of the onus on him if they feel like he didn't have the right instructions. They gonna harp on that because Devin Haney's one of the beloved fighters in the sport. Let me bring in Blue real quick. Blue, how you feeling?
What's good with your V3? What's good, everybody on the panel? People in the chat?
We good. And salute to my brother Ant in the chat. What's
Doing
good, Ant?
good, doing good. Living the dream, living the dream.
So let me pick. If you had something knowing that we can cook, or I can bring you in on the topic for the show, and then we can move around. That was just a little subtopic, real quick.
Okay.
Right. So the live is about the big showcase, man. 140, the lineal champ Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson, the 3 division champ moving up for his 4th division. This is your guy, Shakur, man. Bright Light Stevenson. What's your
Hmm.
thoughts? Shout out to Uncle Van. What's your thoughts on Shakur versus Tio and this was talked about earlier. Just kind of the style of the fight. What kind of fight are you expecting to see?
I'm expecting Shakur to come out and actually step it up for real, for real. I see him standing in front of I see him standing in front of T.O. Not the whole time, nothing like that. He's gonna stick and move. But he's also gonna stand in front of him and walk T.O. down. I think he's gonna be able to walk T.O. down, with that little bit of weight added to him. Um, they've sparred each other, and we all know that. I hate to say it like this, man, but once Shakur spars somebody, he pretty much got their number. You know what I'm saying? To a certain extent, that's just how I feel, man. That's just how it plays out. I think we've all heard that saying. So, what I will say is this: is that I see Tio coming in. You know, I think we're gonna see the best Tio we've seen, and I think it's gonna be a good fight. I do believe that Shakur is going to it's going to be a unanimous decision in my opinion, because Shakur is going to go in there and just put on a master boxing class, and show him he has something to prove. And I will say this: when it comes down to, like, you know, the resumes, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna lean towards Shakur. You know, because I feel like with his accolades, he's done, you know, just almost the same, but just a little bit more. And you know, this is finally the chance that we get to see that Shakur is actually, you know, getting a fight that he actually wants. You know, a fighter stepped up, and the only reason why this fighter, in my opinion, Tio stepped up, is because he wanted to get back in the good grace with the Sheik, because you know the Sheik basically said, "Man, I don't want nothing to do with him." You know, because he's very difficult to, you know, he's difficult to, you know, to
Deal
work
with
with.
1000% now. In your opinion, who has had the more impressive career thus far? Shakur Stevenson or Tank? I mean, or Shakur or Teofimo?
Has an impressive what?
The more impressive career thus far. Who have you been more
Oh,
impressed with?
that's what I was saying.
Hmm.
I'm going with Shakur. You know what I mean? And just
Hmm.
slightly. And now that he's having an opportunity to fight, like if he would have had the opportunity to fight the fighters that, you know, he's been wanting to fight, and that the fighter stepped up, it would be Shakur, hands down. But since the, you know, it's been what it's been, you gotta respect that. You still gotta be honest and say, you know, their records are kind of close with each other. But like I said, um I'm leaning towards more Shakur. You know, so
It's
in that
well,
situation.
Carrie is asking. It's based off everything, Carrier, because it's just when you think about it right off the top of your head, you know who are
Mhm.
you more impressed with? It's like, I mean, Tiafimo,
Shakur.
respectfully, he's had multiple close fights where we arguably think he lost, and then he
Hmm.
really did lose, you know, to Cambosis, and to solidify, you know, when he was supposed to be quote unquote defending his undisputed, he lost. So that's the only thing. It's just I'm not putting the Josh Taylor and Loma wins. I mean, those are great, and he has a lot of other great wins as well. Um, but he also with Shakur Stevenson, we haven't even seen him in a close fight.
Yeah.
I mean, he's pretty much dominated. You know, everybody he's been in the ring with. You know, he even had a hand injury, and he fainted for 12 rounds and won a fight
Yeah.
unanimously.
Yeah.
So
He
that
beat
was
that he beat that man De Los Santos like that. That's exactly right. 100%.
so yeah.
Pump
So
faked him.
yeah, I mean, but let's work, man. We got a lot of people. Y'all tap the like button and follow the channel B3 Picks TV. Hey, let me run the video, man. We cooking.
They said he was dangerous. Is the guy dangerous? Totally. Is the guy dangerous? Yeah. Do you have a left hook that put a guy in the hospital? The guy they said he forgot 2 weeks of his life.
By Norman. Oh! Oh, he's out cold! Out cold! A gigantic left hand by Brian Norman. Oh, that's Jr.
Let me in there. I'm right here. Let me in. I got the best fight in the world. And y'all gonna see. Yes, sir.
There you go. Good. Want that work? Yeah. Touch.
You beat that bad up.
Yes.
Good job.
Yes, sir. Ask him, is he okay? Now I can see y'all very clearly.
I heard people talking all that trash, talking about we gonna be riding in car with Devin. I'll be damned. I'll be damned if we gonna ride in car with him on the side. You already know how we come. You know I'm gonna talk my shit, be known. You just got here. Well, what took you so long? Huh? I thought you had got cold feet.
I've been looking fight. Well, one thing about Oakland niggas, yeah, ain't nothing slow. We the first on the block for the cheese, and we're the last motherfuckers to leave. November 22nd.
There you go.
Hey man, I think my brother. Hold on, let me say this. Salute. That was a good video, man. Hey, shout out to Senior, shout out to Bill, man. They promoting the fight very well, extremely well. I'm excited for the matchup. Let me bring you in on this, Coach. Coach, is this one of the more anticipated matchups that you can remember? And are now that the fight is coming closer, are you wavering all on your pick?
Nah, I'm still with Brian Norman Jr., man. And am I anticipating this matchup? 100%, man. This is highly anticipated, and I think they did a good thing by announcing the fight as early as they did, because man, it just really done built to a fever pitch. I think they announced this fight back in September, if I'm not mistaken. So we're like, dang, September, we gotta wait to November. But now November is here, man.
Mhm.
Next week.
Right, next
Next week,
week.
it's fight
Crazy.
week next week, brother.
It came up
It,
on us.
it,
Yeah.
yeah, it stuck up on us real quick, man. So I'm looking forward to the fight. Bill Haney, man, I understand that promoting and everything, but cool. I understand that. And the fight, to me, it really kind of sell itself. Everybody know about the fight. It's kind of like in an echo chamber. Everybody talking about the fight. It just sometimes you got to be careful with giving them fighters bulletin board material, man. That's what Bill good for doing. To me, Bill good at putting jumper cables on the other fighters. Now, yeah, you can say all that when you fighting the Rougarou, you fighting Linares, you fighting Cambosos. Yeah, you can put the jumper cable on them guys because it ain't gonna matter. But you putting the jumper cables on a guy who's all man, I don't know. He just putting the battery in this guy's back, man. And this dude is really, really coming to do your son bad, man. And this that gym culture that I've been saying about. Anybody who's been in the boxing gym knows about this father son dynamic and competitiveness against the fathers, man. I don't had to break up fathers from fighting each other. Why they sons in their sparring, the dad's trying to get into it. Now they want to fight. You know what I'm saying? We seen this dynamic, man. So Bill giving this guy so much ammunition, so much motivation, putting the jumper cables on him, putting the battery in his back, winding this guy up. And maybe he may be winding him up to maybe, maybe get him angry so Dave could maybe run something down the pipe and catch him coming in. We never know the strategy behind it, but it could backfire. I think even with the Ryan fight, Ryan definitely cheated. Let me go in and preface that. PEDs, he cheated, steroids, everything. Wrong, dead wrong for that fight. But one thing that Bill did do is that he put a battery in Ryan Garcia's back. He put a battery in his back. And to be honest, man, I wish that Ryan wouldn't have tested positive. I wish it just would have been a clean win and there wasn't no controversy. You know what I'm saying? The better man won that night, but unfortunately it was. It was a cloud over the victory because he tested positive for PEDs and all that stuff. But I think you got to be careful when you revving the other guy up because it can backfire on you sometimes. And I just think in this case, man, I just don't see Devin winning the fight. I really don't, man. If he win, I would be highly surprised. I know Devin's a skilled fighter. He got all the accolades. He got the great jab. But like I say, in my opinion, I think he's regressed. He's not the same guy I was watching on the Zone Network. When Sergio Moore was called him the young prince.
He not the listen. He not the same guy. We gotta take a quick look.
He got a lot of muscles, but muscles don't win fights at the high level. Of the best of the best, no matter how much muscles you got, how much power you got, I will show him. I'm levels above this guy. It don't matter what weight we could do that 140, 145, 143, 47. It don't matter. I'm levels above him.
He ain't never seen nothing like that.
Somebody in trouble. Lopez is really saying, somebody in trouble. People is hurt. The speed, the power, the IQ, the shot. The man is born for this moment. Devin Haney is the moment. D-Ball, what you got on my 40? Get that side. My hand flies. Oh, we coming. They said we ain't coming. We coming. Best believe we coming. That's right. Y'all think he can fuck with all this? Watch him. Yeah. Wait. Show me something. Hide your chains, dog. Evil coming. Don't too much. Don't show up too much. Go one.
Now, let me bring Coach Tommy in real quick on this. Coach
I'm here.
Tommy.
Yeah.
Now you see you see how Devin is looking. He's even talking better. He was kind of stuttering respectfully a little bit more than after the Ryan fight. I think he's been speaking clearer. It seems like he got one fight on his belt. Looked like he dusted the cobwebs off, and he's kind of coming back to his more natural self. What's your thoughts on Devin going into the Brian Norman Jr. fight? And does he look like he's going to be close to what he was prior to, like kind of like the Regis, prior to what we seen with Ryan and Jose?
I think he's not only going to be close to that. I think he's going to be better than that. And the reason I say that, I think he's at a much healthier weight. So he's gonna have more weight behind his shots. I'm not saying that's going to turn him into a knockout artist, but as my coach used to tell me, stability plus technique equal power. Meaning, if you got good balance and you using good technique, your shots are gonna be harder without trying. And he always did that, but now he has more weight behind his shots. Is it enough to make Brian Norman respect him? I don't know. So what I think he's going to be on his game as far as being accurate, as far as his conditioning. We know he's always supremely conditioned. He got hella fine footwork. He's really good on the outside. He's good mid range. His inside game, I don't think is as up to par as everything else he does. My
Hmm.
only question is, well, two questions: does he have enough pop to make Brian Norman respect him? Three questions even. Does Brian Norman have good enough footwork to keep up with him? Because when you mention footwork, people always think about defense. You got to be good offensively, right? You got to have good footwork, to maneuver yourself offensively, to run a dude down, to track a dude down, to sidestep, to keep positioning yourself to fire off, right? Offensively as well. And the third question I got, if Brian Norman is more successful than I think he's going to be, if he does start winning a few rounds, if he does start landing a few good shots on him, like more than once or twice, if every round, you start landing 2, 3 good shots on him here and there, now is Devin going to be able to adjust to that? I've rarely seen Devin adjust well. He adjusted to Loma. That was a razor close fight. Could have been called either way, but he don't adjust that well. And I hope Yoel Judah or somebody's in his corner, because Bill Haney damn sure is not going to be able to help him adjust. Like whenever Devin is having a hard time, Bill Haney ain't got nothing to tell him. Like everything he does is dirt. I mean, like he's great at maneuvering throughout his career. He's a great hype man. He's great at putting the right coaches in his corner. But aside from that, man, I don't like him in the corner.
Mm. Blue, do you feel the same? I want to bring Coach Eddie in, but Blue, do you kind of feel the same uh, about Bill in the corner with Devin? Do you? I mean, it's been heard, it's been spoken on this live that Devin is pretty much an elite fighter that's literally uh, navigating this relatively just based off of his training camps, and the in-ring adjustments haven't been there, or in-fight adjustments haven't been there in a lot of people's opinions. What's your thoughts on how Devin is looking going into this Norman Jr. fight?
Well, I think Devin. I think he. To be honest with you, I think that he is moving in the right direction, and I hope his belief isn't that just because he's putting on this weight that he thinks he can be a knockout artist. Because they keep saying that they're gonna knock him down again. I don't like this. I don't like what I'm hearing on that part. You know what I mean? I don't mind saying that you might hurt somebody, but not that you're gonna knock somebody out, or you just know you're gonna knock them down. You know, I think if it comes, it comes. But and with the situation with Bill Haney being in the corner, I feel like he doesn't give him the best information at times. You know, especially when Devin's going through adversity. You know, like what in the situation with uh, the Loma fight and with Ryan Garcia fight. I didn't like that cornering that I heard. Um, I feel like no matter what, they've had that bond with each other for so long that they understand each other. So he still is, Devin's ear regardless. So maybe, maybe, maybe he just, and that's one thing. Maybe he does need to, work on identifying who he really is. Maybe, hopefully they've been working on that to where this is a really good fight. And we do see Devin stand in front of, sometimes stand in front of Brian Norman and make this a real interesting fight. Like I said, may the best man win, but I believe Norman's going to win the fight. So I'm going for him, man. I like he's more poised to me. He seems, he's answering the questions the right way, in my opinion. Um, that interview that they had to face off. I wish you could play that, just the audio, man. That just to me, just the way they were, like they're having their verbal, assault towards each other. I felt like
I tried to get it, but they got
Norman.
music in the background.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, because I felt like Norman won that. You know what I'm saying? That battle going back
Oh,
and
you're
forth
talking
with each
about the
other.
face off that they had with Chris Mannix?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
hmm
One.
When he had the opportunity to tell him that basically, man, who you keep following, you act like you Floyd. You do the quotes, everything.
Mhm.
So be you. So I just,
But see, that's the
that's what
thing.
it is.
That's the conversation. Is Kobe better than Jordan? Now, and in some aspects, people you gonna have people, diehard Kobe fans say, yeah, in some aspects, yeah, but really, if you when you look a little closer, nah.
hmm
You know what I'm
hmm
saying? He's not better than Jordan. So, but we gonna see, man. Devin has the opportunity to really prove his greatness with a power puncher, with the number 147-pound fighter in the world, in Norman Jr. And hey, I'm looking forward to it, man. 100% looking forward to it. But let me say this, right? I'm about to we 3 hours in. Tap in, listen, tap the like button, follow the channel B3 Picks TV. I gotta close down the live today, but it's been a great cook. Everything goes well. We will be back tomorrow for another one. Listen, shout out to the Sports Talk Network, the People's Network. And let me say this: appreciate Coach Tommy, Coach Eddie, Blue, that's in the building now. Everybody else that pulled up today, Free Marky. Everybody that showed love in the chat, Angie Baby Carrier, You know, P Hunter, Big Dog Willie. Salute to everybody that came through. AB and Ja, man. Ja had us rolling. Shout out to the family T Hill. Ja was cooking today, my brother. Hey, we'll be back with another one. And listen, let me end it off with this, man. Shout out to the Sports Talk Network, the People's Network. Let's go green.
Alright, is you motherfuckers finished? Y'all finished? You silly motherfuckers? You got to be soldiers, alright? Soldiers. Not clowns, goddammit. Drive, and you shut the fuck up.